Hello.
Hi! We're fucking live for a little extra slot in the week. Little dip into some Starfinder 2e, which is kind of fun. We've mastered the new system. We weren't sat here 5 minutes ago working out when pizza was getting here while also going, what's this feat mean? What does that mean? You know what this is. And we have new faces around the table. But most importantly, hi, I'm Ian, the Dragonborn Bard, and I'll be your games master for this 2e playtest here on the Dragonborn Industries channel, where we're playing through the new PDFs. It came from the Vast. This is a level 5 one-shot that we're going to play through, where hopefully we're going to, spend the next couple of hours seeing what came from the Vast. Any ideas? Jack?
Not a clue, mate.
Pizza.
Pizza,
A big monster.
A big monster. No, I don't think pies are like those.
Yeah, they do.
Do they?
They do.
That's the pizza
I
on me.
I have it on, it could be a pizza monster, but I have it on very good authority that Paizo do like monsters.
What the brain thing's called? I should know this, but I don't.
Which brain things?
It's obviously gone to a different brand of brain thing.
Yeah.
Which one are you talking about?
The one that we painted. With the brains inside the big brain.
Oh,
and the spider legs.
The spider thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember all.
You're brain collectors?
That's it, brain collector. There you go, brain collector.
Why's he got one of those ready? Why's one of those here?
Digging up some good times.
Oh dear.
Who knows?
We've got to leave that there. Who knows? Brain collectors, we think, it came from the Vast. Ooh, what do you know about brain collectors?
They're in malevolence.
They are?
Yeah, they are.
Do you know about them? Anything with Starfinder?
Yeah, I do know some things about them in Starfinder. Yes, they are in Starfinder.
They are, correct. 1 mark. So,
They're in Starfinder too.
This time it's personal. For those of you who maybe don't necessarily know who we are, who sat around the table, we'll go around and introduce ourselves. Obviously, I've introduced myself. I'm Ian, the Dragonborn Bard. I run Dragonborn Industries. We've got a Starfinder show every Monday, which is 1E, as we slowly progress our way towards, we're 41 episodes into our campaign. And, we've got one of our other players that's here tonight. If you want to introduce yourself?
My name's Jack. I play Kazombra in our Starfinder 1E sessions.
But not tonight!
Not tonight.
Who are you playing tonight?
I will be playing a character called Chuk Chuk, who is a level 5 mystic.
Shirin!
Shirin, indeed.
Who was in your episode last night?
That was Chiskisk.
Just kiss.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we'll get to demerit. You lose a mark. So
How dare you?
I know all the people who's run
right?
Starfinder in the past gets that wrong. One of the most beloved NPCs of the Dead Sons campaign from 1E. And we've got Luke.
Hello.
Who's Luke?
I am Luke. Tamsin, one of the other players in the regular game. I'm her partner. I have never played Starfinder before. I have played Pathfinder 1E about 8-9 years ago, so yeah, forgive me if I am very rusty.
So I think that we're not going to say forgive me, because I will just give them your home address. That's absolutely fine. That's one of the main
If you have
things
an
that we do
issue with me
here.
being rusty, fuck you.
Exactly.
That's fair.
Exactly, and that's what we're all about here. Because actually what we wanted to do is we wanted to have different levels of players, where coming to this as Starfinder 2e, this is part of the playtest. Before we get to next year, 2025, I think the 2e game actually will come out. So myself, I came into the whole tabletop world from Starfinder 1e. It was my gateway drug. I adored it. Jack is a big fan of D&D and came to it from that, and then we played Starfinder together, and we ended up playing homebrews together, and then doing all of this together, really. Yeah. Luke, I know you've played a lot of Pathfinder in the past. You've done the odd bit of RPGs and the odd bit of D&D here and there. Which brings me across to this side of the table. Oh, who are you playing tonight, Luke, by the way?
Oh, I am playing... I thought it was pronounced Isef. You said Isef. I'm not sure what is the correct pronunciation.
Understand, I'm a blithering idiot.
Yep.
So, it probably is.
Either way, Isef. I am playing an android who is an operative.
Excellent. Which then takes me back to different experiences of playing to this side of the table, where I'm joined by two faces that aren't normally here in Cornwall. Chief Badger Steve over here. If you want to introduce, and I'm saying this because
he's got to go first.
All right, go on then, Dave.
Based on contractual details and hierarchy.
This is like Ant and Dec, okay? He's got to do the talking.
There is that as well. Ant goes first. Ant goes first. Declan does. But anyway, so I'm Dave. That's Steve. We are Bandit Badgers. We are on tour, part of our UK tour at the moment, and we thought we'd pop in on Cornwall. So let's we'll get on and do this. But so we do loads of other stuff. We do all kinds of stuff. We support other streamers and other teams and all kinds of things like that. Which is how we know Ian, and we've been doing stuff over the past few years with Ian because we love Ian so much. We thought we'd come down, give him a big hug.
How's it doing it like at the moment? It's like a. It's not just that though. It's like
it's like all kinds of shapes.
There's like new.
Is this down with the kids kind of symbol thing or what? I don't know.
I
what
don't
you're trying
know,
to do.
but like they're like doing new things where it's like I don't know. I can't do. That's what I saw was
Let's
that,
not
and
even
then
try.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what they're doing with their hands. I mean, but it's all kind of good. It's all good. But one thing we did bring down is I've got your little present.
Ah!
Starfinder theme,
Oh,
which
look at
is
that.
like on topic really.
Nice.
So there you go. Have
Thank
that.
you very much. These are like the hug box. They are the hug box. So you guys haven't come across these yet.
No, we haven't.
They do exactly what they say on the
Yeah,
jar.
That sounds good.
That famous saying I
Yeah.
just got right. They are incapacitating droids. They are really, really cool. And
They will hug you to death.
basically, I see them as like Baymax,
Yeah.
but they're just like, stop! And then just like,
Smother you.
yeah, exactly. That's really sweet. Thank you very much for that.
Always thinking of you.
Oh, well, you're only human.
Exactly.
But I'm going to...
Steve isn't.
Steve is not. Steve is an absolute machine for anything sci-fi because Dave normally runs the fantasy side of things with Band of Badgers, and Steve has run Starfinder on the Band of Badgers channel and has been prevalent in a lot of the Starfinder stuff that's been going on there with the reviews. And you know, let's talk about some mistakes he made earlier.
What mistakes did I make earlier?
Just
Today
guess.
or just in general?
So
Is this supposed to be a cathartic part of the episode?
yeah, this is an intervention.
We're here for you.
You know, we brought you down here away from the stresses of life to talk about Starfinder 2E and how you need it in your life.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, because let's face it, 1E is complicated,
Yeah.
and 2E is simpler.
It's a lot simpler.
And as we all get older, we like simpler.
Well, not only that, because you run the Pathfinder games now on. So we say about fantasy, but actually Steve's running the Pathfinder Fantasy Abomination Vaults for Band of Badgers on their channels, where we've got people like Warrior Prince 3D, Richard, who is on there, as well as like Meredith from Steve Jackson Games. We've got Mike from the Weathered Dragon. It's it's a pretty awesome cast, and I'm not saying it's better than the Dragonlance cast, of which yours truly is part of, but it's a pretty, as far as tabletop goes, it's a pretty star-studded cast.
It is, yeah.
So, Steve is really going to be my rules lawyer tonight, who has the most Pathfinder 2E experience. And about 5 minutes ago, every one of us, including Jack, was like, how'd this work? How'd that go? And Steve's there flipping through the player core rulebook. I realise I'm still wearing shoes. But I think that between us, we should have different levels of experience with gaming, with Starfinder, with Pathfinder, with D&D, that I think we're going to be just fine. And for any GMs out there who are maybe looking to run It Came From the Vast, I probably started reading this at the start of the week, maybe like, sorry, the back end of last week, so Thursday, Friday, to prep for this. Everything that you need, I think, is in here. And anything that you don't necessarily have, I think you can get on Archives of Nephis, or from the player core rulebooks and the GM core rulebook, which you guys have brought down as well. So I think between us, we're going to be absolutely fine. As for the rest of it, I guess it's a case of just going in. And we haven't actually talked about who you guys are playing.
I am going to be playing Obo.
Obadiah.
Obadiah. She is a wonderful character, full of love and hugs. But she is the meat, the muscle, the heart of this team, hopefully. And I'm not one for doing voices, but I'm going to give it a go.
Hi.
So she will be sounding a lot like this.
Oh, I think that's very
no.
Obadiah.
No, not like that. Not like this. So, don't fuck with Obo.
I like it. But
That's a good voice.
I am playing Dave,
who is new.
who is new, yeah.
And I'll talk about why they're new.
So I am I'm going to get this wrong.
Patra.
Patra, yeah. So I'm in Patra. I'm a famous performer who excels at feats of great strength and showing off dance moves. I'm not going to be doing any of that in person.
Yes, you. Yes, you fucking are. If you do them right now, I will give you a cred stick. You can earn a famous cred stick for giving me a little striptease, just a little skin, just a little nip. No.
I'll dance for cred stick. But what was cool is
Come on, babe, big game.
I'm a Solarian, an elegant solar knight, and I have both photon and graviton powers.
Exactly. So we have an operative, we have a mystic, which is our magic users, our rogue. Essentially, if we were looking at D&D, or operatives being a very sneaky, very versatile class. We've got soldier, which is our heavy hitter, and then we've got our Solarian, which is a charisma-based, not Jedi character. And usually with 1E, we find that they have these solar crystals that fly around them, and they can create weapons with them and stuff like that. I'm not going to talk about your weapons and stuff. I'm going to let you guys do that as we go through. But the reason I say a new character is actually these particular characters are the characters that come from 1E, apart from Day. So when we look at things like the core rulebook, they've reimagined things like Obadiah, Iseth, things like Navasi, and some of those characters that are on there. So all of those here, like Obadiah, Chick, and Iseth, there. But Day is the new blood within Starfinder 2E, and I've read the descriptions of the characters and stuff like that. So I very, very much like Day, and would very much have a lot of fun playing them. So I'm looking forward to seeing how Steve plays that today. And I expect the performance. I want to see that charisma. Cool. Good response, buddy. But I guess if we're all ready to, there's no announcements tonight. There's no anything else. This is literally just going to be playing through this adventure path. If you guys are ready to jump into some Starfinder 2E,
hell yeah.
We'll get to it.
I keep going.
Let's find some stars.
At this point.
No, this is all me.
Roll VT.
No.
It doesn't work.
So I'm just going to quickly do that so that I can see some other things, because you are all part of a crew on a ship called the Overhaul, which looks something like this, which is now not showing up. Why no show up? Oh, it all goes right until the moment I had one job, Ian. One job. Well, I will show it you another way, I guess. Essentially, it's a Kilvarian class hauler. It is a very versatile exploration ship that I should have had an overlay for that is now not showing up, but you can't win them all. It's off to a great start. You're all part of the same crew, and you are probably coming back from a mission from Britheda, which is a planet within the Pact Worlds, where you have some kind of cargo. There's no time sensitivity to this cargo. Maybe it's some kind of fashion wear from Kalamahoy, this planet of this ocean moon even, that has like a great love of fashion. Maybe you are coming from one of the gas giants and you are bringing back some kind of canistered cargo, but nothing that's going to spoil. You've got time, you're on your way, and as we go around the ship at the moment, why don't we describe what those characters look like? So let's start over here, like with Chick. What would they look like, and what would they be doing in this moment?
I think he will probably do a little bit of tinkering with some of this green-looking tubular technology that he likes to sort of emblazon himself with. But being a Shireen is very bug-like, have his sort of little teeth coming out. His costume is quite angular. A lot of it's quite triangular as well. Got this sort of metal pieces and panels kind of coming off his head as part of his headpiece. I think to one side he'll have his weapon, which is currently powered down, but is quite a large-looking axe with quite deadly blades all over it. I think he'd maybe just sort of muttering to himself a little bit, just going, yes, just put that here, and just sort of kind of doing little things on his own.
And what would we see over here?
Iseth is a sort of feminine sort of build, sort of grey bluish sort of skin, black eyes, sort of yellowish glowing pupils. Currently just sat in her quarters. She was doing some work on some computer programming that she was just tinkering around with, but that's done for the day. So now she's just relaxing a bit with a nice game of holographic Snake.
So Day obviously has nothing to do with the day-to-day running of the ship, because I'm not an engineer, a computerist, or a pilot. I'm just the face of the crew and probably set up contracts.
Almost the captain of the vessel.
Yeah, I guess I am. And these are my minions.
Easy.
So at this very moment, I'm probably live streaming to all of my media fans and followers. So I'm a bit of a fitness freak. So I'm there doing an influencer fitness video at the moment, showing off some of my impressive physique. Probably doing some anti-gravity lunges and stuff like that.
Anti-gravity lunges. I hear they're really hard.
They're really hard. They're intense. Description-wise, I am a cat on two legs with boots, and I have a robotic arm. My right arm is a gold robotic arm, and I sport a pair of ruby red tactical shades.
Aviators.
Yeah.
Tactical aviators.
Yeah.
And that's like maybe we see like Day doing their stream and their workouts. What do we see with Oboe?
Oboe, to describe Oboe, she is big, she is strong. She is a giant humanoid lizard who is covered head to toe in her battle armour. Most people behind her back call her the battle turtle, but she doesn't like that, so you don't say it to her face. But over her shoulder, she's ticked off. She's got these notches scratched into her armour of all the spaceships she's killed. And not only that, she's run out of room on her shoulder. She's now doing it onto her gun. She has a massive machine gun.
Yeah.
And when she's not using that, she's currently polishing her doshka, which is her melee weapon. So if you get too close, she will take you down. She will chop you in half with that.
I do love that they kept the Doshkow on.
Doshka,
Yeah.
I love
Iconic weapon.
Yeah, but she's a big bear, really. She's a big, huggable, lovable bear. She protects everyone else that she loves, and I think she's just quietly sitting in a corner. It's weird because when you're doing your stuff around the ship, you know she's just kind of cleaning her weapons and making sure that everything's shipshape around her. But every now and then you hear this because she just laughs to herself every now and then, quite menacingly, and you hear it echo around the ship. And for some reason, for you lot, her family, it's quite reassuring for you. But there you go.
I like it. I'm going to quickly show you the overhaul because I think it's one of my favourite Starship designs, and I'm really annoyed that my overlay decided to not work. But it is this one up here, the red and cream one. So it's a very good-looking sci-fi kind of ship. I really like that it's one of these things that we just expect to see in kind of like sci-fi movies and stuff like that. I think it's very picturesque of that. But you guys are on the ship in your various places. Maybe there's an autopilot on. Maybe you guys, you're within the Pact world. You know where the Starstone reactor is of Absalom Station. Maybe, I don't know where you're taking your cargo to, but it is still within the Pact worlds. And as you make your way from Bretheda, which is one of the outer planets within the Pact worlds, towards the inner heart of the galaxy at large, a klaxon sounds on the bridge of the overhaul, blaring in an imminent collision warning ahead. A starship that looks like a cross between a building and a tree is incoming, spiraling erratically in its out-of-control flight through space. A slight change in trajectory at the hands of the pilot, and the collision is avoided. The biomechanical starship, and this is you guys piloting it at some point, you jump on maybe and you manage to careen to stop yourselves from colliding into it. The biomechanical starship careening past you in the direction of Bretheda and its many moons. Hand over to you. What would you like to do? And I'm going to see if the ship... There we go, that's the ship that you see come careening past you. There's a mix of like stone and like living leaves and trees. You can all make me a lore check, which would be under... Ooh. So this would be Xeno Warden lore. Recall knowledge if anybody has that.
I don't.
No,
I rolled a natural 20.
I rolled an unnatural 20.
Okay.
Or an 18.
Big old 6.
Big old 6!
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to give you that natural 20 because you guys are from the Pact Worlds and stuff like that. This is clearly a Xeno Warden vessel. The Xeno Wardens are people throughout the galaxy who believe that life, fauna, plants are just these natural things that should be cultivated and watched over. And many of them go out into the vast, into many different exploration zones and places to try and collect and categorize and catalogue many of the things out there, but also to protect it. They are all about preserving fauna and flora.
So space druids.
Exactly that.
Spruits.
With that natural 20 and with that dirty 20, you know that there is a a collection of them really within the Pact Worlds as well, that they have like a main ship called the Verdant Paradise, which is actually where a lot of things like samples and stuff are taken back to. You would know as well, having been around Bretheda, that ship is currently around Bretheda, currently in orbit of it. So this careening out of control ship is heading that way, but it's obviously something is wrong. Is there anything you guys would like to do in this moment? You have full access to your ship's systems, so just like 1E, we have things like, your piloting station, your captain station, you can hail people, you can do comms checks, you can do scanning, you tell me what you want to do. Blast it out of the sky, cool. So if you want to make...
Whoever's in charge of the computers, and I really forget which one of you that might be.
It's definitely not me.
But whichever one of you it is, would you scan that vessel and see why it's currently careening out of control?
Of course, Captain. It would be my pleasure. And so I will...
I like the android voice.
Yeah, that is good.
Oh, I'm going to be generous tonight. You can have one of those.
Yeah.
For those of you who maybe don't know what we do here at Dragonborn Industries, I hand out cred sticks as little tokens to maybe gain advantage or disadvantage, like D&D on a D20 roll. You can force that on me, onto other players, but it just means that you could roll twice, take the highest, or force it on me to roll twice and take the highest, or take the lowest. Either way, it allows a re-roll of D20 and you get to choose which one you use therein. And if you're going to RP like that straight away, I'm going to say I'm going to be generous. Steve's also going to get one, because going in for day like that. Let's start the stream strong. So, you're performing a scan, yes?
Gotta hop on the scanners and try and see what the hell's going on.
I would like a computers check, please.
26.
Okay, that is a critical success. So, what you find out is that, first of all, this ship is obviously out of control. This would mean that there's no body at the pilot helm, or there is no autopilot, or there is something going wrong. But you're not scanning a malfunction. You do scan with your ship that there are multiple creatures on board, dozens of tiny life forms, and a large life form. You also know that there are several airlocks on this ship, but one of them, towards the rear of the ship, is open.
This vessel is out of control. I'm detecting multiple life forms. However, there is nobody at the helm. I am also detecting that one of the airlocks on the ship is open.
Computer guy. Do you think that you could take remote control of that ship?
Do I think that I could take remote control of the ship?
You can give me another computers check.
That would be a 30.
So, phenomenal roll. What do you roll on the dice?
18.
Fuck. So it's a plus 12 in your computers. That's amazing. You would know that with your tier of Starship computer versus something like a Xeno Warden ship like this one, and you scan and you realise this thing is called the Bloom. And this thing, you wouldn't be able to integrate with it. If you want to see what happens or stop this thing from careening out of control, you are going to have to board it.
Unfortunately, with the equipment available to me, that would not be possible. We would have to board the vessel to take control.
How easy do you think that's going to be?
There is an open airlock.
Bearing in mind that this thing is like spiraling and twisting out of control, who would be the pilot?
That was going to be my next question.
Again, definitely not me.
I've got plus 13.
It's you.
And who's got the highest computers?
I think also me with 12.
Okay, so Isop's clearly here like the keystone to the team. You can give me either a piloting check or a computer check to see if you could maybe get your ship to match the autopilot of your ship, to match how this other ship is flying. And if you did that, you think you could line up one of your airlocks with this open airlock and potentially do a spacewalk.
I shall attempt to plot a course. 17, 18. And that's another 30 on piloting.
Smashing it, absolutely smashing
Okay.
it.
Dragonborn Industries dice,
Oh.
they're good.
Computer guy,
Nice.
you've just been promoted to pilot. Well done.
Thank you, sir. I already was for pilot.
Okay.
That was good on me for having the foresight to put you in that position.
Indeed.
So, with that, you can tell that you've plotted a course and you've helped program the autopilot, and you are now in perfect sync with the Bloom. You guys all, I presume, are getting ready to do a spacewalk. You've got your environmental protections with your armors and stuff like that. And as you open your airlock, and I imagine that like the overhaul's probably got like a pressurized airlock where you have to go in through one door, wait for that to go, and then open the other one. Give me a perception check from everybody, please.
Is it called perception now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why do I not have it?
Yeah,
It's
I'm not
about
doing it.
3/4 of the way up the sheet on the right hand side. Next to
Oh.
speed.
Oh, it's in a different
Oh, yes.
section of its own now.
24.
29.
26.
This guy's on his own. She's doing it all. Sorry, 17 did you say?
Yeah.
24.
24?
26.
29.
29. Okay,
I haven't
so
rolled lower than a 17 so far.
you can see that there is this airlock, and it's a simple medium-sized airlock, and you see almost like a green shimmer, kind of like a force field, and you can see it just about into a room with like maybe your torches or your ship lights. It's dark in there, but definitely something that green layer, that transparent layer or opaque layer even, is keeping atmosphere in there of some kind. Lined up, you think that you guys could all make the jump, and if you do, I will let you know now. You're going to be making acrobatics or an athletics check to spacewalk across and try and get lined up with the door, basically.
You want me to go first, Dave?
No. I feel like this would be a pinnacle moment for the stream. Day and crew. Day saving the Xeno Warden ship, the Bloom. Home of many a unique specimen from destruction. This could be the turning point in my media stream. I'll line myself up in
Yeah.
the airlock. The remote camera will be switched on. It will be set to follow. I will unfurl my my battle weapon, which is the battle ribbon,
Yeah.
and I will charge it up with solar energy. It will just fluoresce with rainbow colours, and eventually have this sort of this white fire edge to it, almost as if it's a single atom thick.
Can I do a com to com?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Just sort of gently kind of lean in. Are you sure about this, Dave?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, but I thank you for your concern, but I really do have this.
You've never done one of these before.
Well, first time for everything.
Right.
And I will run forward. I'll take off at a full run, and I'll dive head first out of the airlock, spin through 180 degrees, point backwards at the ship and the camera, of course, and finger pistols my way across.
I would like an athletics or an acrobatics check, please.
I'm going to do an athletics check. That's 29.
29. Okay. That is a critical success.
Very nice.
So, for anybody who maybe is watching and has seen us in 1E or has been playing Pathfinder 1E, not 2E, levels of success are you get success, failure. You also get, if you beat the DC by 10 or more, a critical success, which gives you some kind of extra boon to this, or a critical failure, which usually means something very bad. And that is absolutely a critical success as you. Pew-pew! Your way across, and I imagine your like internal comm is like linked to the camera as well as you're like just careen. And are you trying to go straight into the door? Or are you just trying to line up next to the door?
I'm going straight through the door.
Awesome. So
And then as I tumble through, just sort of lazily, hopefully still in 0G, lazily do a backflip and then just land on my feet as I get into the room.
okay, so as you go across, it's graceful as hell. You're like way, and like. You know, give it the big guns, give it that day performance. You cross the threshold of this, almost like a ray shield. This like, it's almost like a energy membrane of green, and you notice that the gravity is still active, which you weren't ready for. I would like a I don't suppose there's a tumbling check, or is it still just on acrobatics?
It would be acrobatics.
Yes, acrobatics, please, just to see if you can keep your composure.
17 on the dice plus 9 is 26.
You tell me how you land gracefully.
So of course, being a cat, I'm gonna land on my feet. So I panic a little bit, try and keep that under control, and then speed up the back flip, land on my feet, and then with a flourish, and the bow ribbon is behind me, just whoosh, like a whip, and you hear that snap crack.
The rest of you haven't even had a chance to leave the ship yet, and Day is across there. I'll let you do a perception check while the rest of you, and it is dark over here, by the way, the rest of you, are you all heading across as well?
Yep.
Okay, I need those athletics or acrobatics checks, please.
So 24 on my perception check. I have dark vision, if that makes a difference.
Thank you very much.
Well, the good rolls couldn't last forever. That is a 5 on the dice for a total of 16. Acrobatics.
Okay.
As an 11 for me.
Okay.
As he would, Chick Chick would try and get his ultralight wings out, and there's like sort of triangular panels laid over each other to try and sort of give him a bit more propulsion, but maybe it probably doesn't land it. But that's a solid 11.
I'm going to go last just to make sure I close the door on the way out. Oh, that's not too bad. That's a 23.
And you're going last, yeah?
I'll close the door, lock it up, and then boost myself off.
As these two, I don't know if you careen into each other. I don't know if Oberzoya barrels through you with their immense strength, but you two both fail. To which end, it's not a critical fail, luckily, but you do both fail. And I do need a reflex saving throw from both of you, please.
Are you guys tied off at any point? Are we following the like a rope, or you just?
No, you are straight up spacewalking.
Not tied off or anything. That's not too bad. That's 18 for me.
21 for me.
Pass, fail. You manage to, like, as you bounce off each other, you bounce off the hull of the ship, and you just manage to grab onto the edge of that doorway, and you pull yourself in this moment where you're like, whoa! As you make your way across, I will give you a reflex save to see if you can grab hold of Chick Chick.
Yep.
I'll tell you now the DC is 20.
Yeah, 25.
Okay, you also go to grab the same door, but Isef's in the way, and you're... and in this moment, I mean, you tell me how it goes.
I'm literally, as I see this happening, it's like a kind of a sigh inside my spacesuit. I reach out as I come past, wrap a hand around your ankle, and then I'll just drag you bodily in as we go through the chamber. And once we hit that gravity, you just slap on your back.
Now, luckily, with the overhaul being in proximity, if you'd have gone awry, you think that the ship could have come and got you. You could have, like, you know, sent a message to the autopilot and whatnot. However, as these guys begin to plunder their way through the door, Day, you start to look around with dark vision. The airlock door to this laboratory is clearly open, and only a shimmering green aura in the doorway marks the transition from the void of space to the bloom's dark interior. Inside the laboratory is a mess of broken specimen boxes and lab equipment. As you all find your way inside, Jack, could you remove that square of the fog of war? This one closest to me, yep. The airlock door, I'm going to say, is just, you should be able to see it from that side of the table, it's just there.
Yep.
I will allow you to place your miniatures into that room.
Cool.
And I will remove this fog of war. Just here. Jack, you're in control of the camera. Hopefully this is angled enough that we can see. So, yeah, you see all this like broken lab equipment. Obviously, like, there's no vacuum of space. That green aurora that is like in front of the door has stopped everything from like decompressing, and you can tell that there is one atmosphere on this ship because the whole trees, the life itself around here does produce oxygen, but this place is a wreck. What would you like to do?
I'm always hated doing those fucking spacewalks.
Indeed, not our most elegant spacewalk. I shall
Right.
endeavour to do better next time. My apologies.
Thanks, Obo.
Do any of you, apart from you, have dark vision, by the way?
I think I do.
Very good point.
Where on the
trying to
sheet would
find
it be?
So it will be under perception, under your perception.
Oh yes, I do.
Sensitive
dark vision.
amounts.
Low light vision.
Okay, so for you three, you can just see in about black and white. You can't actually see Obo, so you would have to turn on a torch or find a light source. Most of your compads and stuff will have a data pad and a torch on it, but yeah, these guys can see. You currently
I
can't.
will. I'll turn on one of the torches, whatever I've got, whether it's a shoulder mount or
You
if
tell
it's
me.
just if it's on that. Well, in that case, it's a shoulder mount.
Check
I'm
those
talking-
corners.
Exactly, exactly. I'm talking to aliens, aliens Space Marine. This is what we've got here. And while I'm walking across the room to the other door, I will be locking and loading and getting ready. And
Yeah.
You lot, you stay behind me.
And yeah, you do see there is a door to what would be, as you come in, it's on your right on the map here. It's to the south, but then you've got all of these like stuff just strewn everywhere.
I'd like to try and get us a map of the ship. Would it be possible to find a working terminal or anything like that and hack in?
So give me a perception check as you start to like look for a working terminal. Anybody else in this moment doing anything?
Chuck. What do we employ you for again?
Well,
20.
I tend to keep you alive most of the time.
Right. Well, this sort of looks like lab equipment and whatnot.
Yeah.
What's in the boxes, or was in the boxes?
I'll go over and have a little look inside these little lab equipment
Okay.
boxes.
Perception check from you, but as you are looking around the room for a working terminal, which you don't find, a lot of things are smashed in here, you do start sifting through the debris of this lab and you find a half-eaten corpse of a crew member still wearing this tattered lab coat, as well as different like tubes that have been like ripped apart. As you start going through the crates, Chick, what did you roll?
It's a 30.
As you start going through the crates, they're all specimen tubes, and they have all been sundered from the outside, and their contents clearly consumed. Apart from one, which looks like it is broken out from the inside.
I think we got some really dangerous specimens of something here. I'm not sure what they are, but
Indeed, we have a body over here. It has been partially eaten.
wonderful. Must be carnivorous then.
Can we tell what sort of creature it is from the remains?
You can give me a medicine check or a nature check.
I'll do medicine.
Mhm.
That is a 25.
25, so it's a regular success. This spacefarer was killed at least a week ago by some kind of creature with insect-like mandibles.
I promise it wasn't me, but
I think. Do I get a gauge of how big this thing might have been, or small?
Yeah, you think it was actually relatively small, and it has munched through a lot of the corpse. Maybe like the size of one of the containers, maybe like 1 foot in length. If somebody wants to give me a crafting, survival, or thievery check, I will give you a bit more information.
That's a 14 on the thievery.
14 on thievery. You are unsure of what was inside these specimen containers.
Although, one thing I was wondering, with the scan that he did of the ship, he said there were loads of small life signs. Would they be about the size of what we're looking at here?
You are unsure, but as you are thinking about that and trying to piece together, maybe there's something in these specimen containers, maybe there's something around, you begin to hear like rattling and scuttling in the air vents. Nobody else, just you.
We are not alone. Movement in the air vents.
best keep on guard then.
With that check as well, you do find 2 tactical med patches
Nice.
in there,
Well done.
which I will
Very nice.
find in here somewhere. Got a load of handouts for you
I
all.
love some med patches.
And while I find that, what would anybody else like to do?
Thank you.
So there's no working terminals in this room. at
No,
all?
everything has either been sundered in some way, and it is a laboratory, so it's more like specimens are kept here and looked over. Maybe there are like personal scanners that people had, but a lot of it has like these like gouge marks across it. Any kind of screen seems to have been like bitten from the corner, and then like a cat with a laptop, and then it's obviously like not been edible and left alone.
But we can identify that they've been bitten, not clawed.
I think with that particular check, there could be claw marks and like scrapes and stuff, but there are definitely some bites, some claws, and this body, which you can't even tell what race it was anymore, has been eaten.
So I'll turn to the camera and I'll say, so the mystery deepens. Creatures are loose, carnivorous insects, have taken this poor spacefarer's life, and the ship, the Bloom, remains in danger. It lies to us, dear crew, to venture further into the depths of this vessel, to reach the helm and to stop its ultimate crash. Obo, the door.
I just punch it.
Okay, are you just punching the door release, or are you just punching
open.
the door?
No, not punching. Open button.
Break it down. And the door. So what you notice on the inside as well is like everything here, like all the doors are like these leaf shapes, and as you hit the open, they open like some kind
like
of
an iris.
Yeah, like an iris.
I was expecting a ship bulkhead to go like, like the slides.
No, this is very much like living material as doors and stuff, but it opens like an iris in this like leaf shape. So forgive the map for not being perfect. They didn't quite have the miniatures out for this yet. Paizo! And yeah, it opens up, and you start shining the top.
Immediately, I take a step into the room, and I start from one corner, and I scan the whole room.
Sounds like a perception check to me then.
Can I quickly give Obo guidance?
Yeah.
Cantrips. Let us know what's in there. Just cast guidance as a cantrip. Should give you a +1 to your roll.
Cool. That's a dirty 20 plus 10, 30. A dirty 30.
Fucking Paizo numbers at level 5 are sick, right?
Level 5 is the gateway level.
Yeah, so you guys are just hitting it in like 1E, and it's just like rolling a 39. I'm just like, fucking hell. Like, that's at the level where it's like, all right, you can still die in Pathfinder and Starfinder, but like, fuck you for rolling that. But okay, so as you begin to have a look through, you see that there are this is some kind of cargo bay, and there is scientific equipment and survey gear, but there is a broken porter drone twitching, sparks flying off it, lying to one side of the room, and you can actually remove that bottom fog of war there. As you guys can remove the door from that terrain, feel free to just pull it up and out.
I want to see.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. Here at Dragonborn Industries, we believe in immersion. We believe in immersion.
Emotion.
Emotional damage. And yeah, you see this like porter drone with its legs, and it's like glitching out to one side. Yeah.
Room's clear, but we've got a glitching robot. And I'll step in, and I've stepped in to search
Feel free
the
to
room,
move your minis into
and
there
then
and
I will
stuff.
I'll take a side step left, so the doorway is now open. So I will step here.
Should really give you some blue tags. I'll put everything on.
I've got a tail. That's why.
It's not too bad to be fair.
I was going to move up and inspect the bot. So
You're going to inspect the bot.
indeed.
Okay. You can definitely tell that obviously this thing. Give me an engineering check, actually.
Sure.
Let's make it more interesting. Let's make some rolls.
There's a box there. I'll make some extra space. There you go.
I'm gonna go and search the crates.
If the engineering's not there, it's computers. Sorry.
All right, computers, cool.
Got to remember that 2E's got some different things going on.
Around here?
Yeah, perfect. Let's search those crates.
I'm gonna stay sort of
Yep,
by
all those
the
high rolls from
doorway.
earlier have vanished. That was a 4 on the dice for a 16.
Still a +12. That's pretty good. So having a look at it, you can see that this thing is clearly glitching, and it's still working in some way. Right now, you can't necessarily see how to fix it, but what you can see is that there are these same like gouge marks and or like bite marks that have clearly like happened to this creature that has then caused it to malfunction and glitch. Are the rest of you doing anything else in this moment?
I'm going to search the crates, unless they're only there for flavour.
No, you can absolutely. You see like equipment and crates and everything. You can give me a perception check as you start to have a look around.
18.
18. Okay. What you do find in here is going to be obviously like all of this survey equipment and all of this stuff that's usually kept in here for storage, and something has been. You're not sure if everything is just trying to be wrecked or somebody is just trying to damage as much things as they can. It's like a kid being in here with a bat. They're just going at it with everything. But you do find inside one of the loose crates is an auto grappler and 200 foot of cable line.
That would have
And
been useful earlier.
It would have been in there.
It really would help.
oh, you just a little bitch. You also find an anti-grav harness.
Take everything. You might need to get back.
Thank you.
I believe it is logical to consider this a salvage mission, so...
You
we
think
might
you
as
could
well
repair
take
that
what we
drone
can.
though as well? Sorry.
In other words,
Captain,
it's
I believe-
finders keepers.
I believe I may be able to repair this drone. It seems to have been attacked by whatever is infesting this vessel, but it may be recoverable, if you wish.
That sounds like a perfect plan, pilot computer guy. And is there any way of accessing its memory core to see what may have attacked it?
Once it has been repaired, that is most likely.
Make it so.
Yes, sir.
Computers check, please. And while this is happening, Obo, as you're like searching around the rest of the room, you just hear this crying. This like.
Is it coming from a crate or like an air vent or the next room?
Give me a perception check.
That's a 23 on the computer's check, by the way.
Oh, and that 20 plus 10.
Natural 20 is a critical success.
Critical success.
It's like it's coming over your comm.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So as I'm walking around trying to like, where is it coming from? I'm gonna move myself over to sort of side to the door. So if anything comes through, I'm not standing in front of the door, but I'm standing to the side of the door. And if it's on the comm, I bring up my arm. I've got a data pad on my arm. Can I do something on there that might bring up where the call is coming from, or where this signal might be coming from?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a computers check. While you do
That's
that,
not good for me.
while you do that, you can spend the next minute, and you actually like, oh, something has physically damaged this drone, and actually I can repair this quite easily, and I can reboot it, get it all going again. Yeah, you think that within 1 minute you can get it, you can log its memory banks. But if you spent 10 minutes with the drone, you could repair it and have access to a porter drone, which would allow you to have full root access to it and control it.
Captain, I will be able to access the drone's memory banks in approximately 60 seconds. However, within 10 minutes, I believe it will be functional.
Let's make it functional.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I need another computers check, please. What did you get over here, Robo?
I got a dirty 20. I'm loving it. So, if you don't know, Ian gifted us a very nice dice.
So, yeah.
And so far, on the air, it's been
22.
rolling my numbers.
Okay, so this is going to take 10 minutes. So I'm going to, and it is a success, so you were going to have a porter drone, but for 10 minutes, ISIP is working away. As, Oba, you're like checking your data pad.
Yeah.
The only open comm is between you guys. There's nothing coming in.
Boy, you lot. Who's crying?
I do not cry.
I promise it's not me.
I will detect magic, and I want to walk sort of around the sort of perimeter of the room just to see if I get any things going on.
Yeah, I mean, give it a.
I believe it's 30 foot from me.
Yeah.
Am I rolling anything?
So detect magic, I believe, with 2E. It should say in your spells there whether it's a case that you need to roll a check after it.
No, I don't think so. You learn the rank or level of the most powerful magical effects this spell detects as determined by you. You can choose to ignore magic you're fully aware of, such as magic items and such. And I detect illusion magic only if that magic's effect has a lower rank than the rank of the detect magic spell.
Okay, you cast the spell. Make sure that you have a spell slot marked off for that one, please. I don't think I've given you a pencil. If you've got your own pencil, fine. If not, there's a pen.
Although apparently it's a cantrip, so...
Oh, even better!
Yeah.
Sick! That's fucking awesome. Detect magic as a cantrip. Badass.
That's what it says.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
So that would be heightened as well, but I don't think it changes until...
Okay.
There is no magic in this room.
Okay. I'm not getting anything magical. Maybe someone's trying to tap into communications nearby.
Well, according to this thingy, it's coming from one of us.
There's no... That's the only open combat. There's no... With that check, there's no incoming signal.
Curious.
Do with that as you will. 10 minutes pass though, and the first thing that you get is access to the diagnostics, which is its part of its memory banks. You determine that the drone suffered multiple instances of blunt force trauma followed by a barrage of sonic damage. Once it went down, it took no further damage. After 10 minutes, you have full control of a porter drone, of which you can control around you. Now, the drone itself... let me double check this. The PC can command the drone using the synced comm unit, which you now have synced to your own comm unit. Commanding the drone in this way is a single action that has the manipulate trait. A porter drone can only be commanded to stride, to interact, to pick up or put down an object, or to interact to open or close doors.
Okay.
So they can't do much, you can't attack or anything, but you basically have a droid that you can do things with, like a few basic things with. I hand back over to you guys.
Is it just Obo having the crying comms?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm not getting anything. Can you share it across so we can all hear it?
I'll walk over to computer pilot guy. Look. It says.
Indeed.
Give me a computer's check.
Beep, boop, beep. Yes, that is a comm unit. Nat 1.
Yeah. There's Obo showing you a datapad that's doing nothing out of the ordinary.
Are you okay? Do you need any medical assistance?
I don't think I'm injured. I was fine outside. I can hear it now. Maybe we'll push on. Maybe it'll get
I
out.
think that's a good idea.
Maybe it'll just go away.
It does appear.
I'll bang the comm unit a few times on the wall.
It does appear that whatever the droid was taken down by does use sonic attacks. This may be connected, so be aware.
Sonic, right. Okay then.
I've been completely distracted for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Putting my brand new anti-gravity harness on.
Yeah.
And practicing with it.
Okay. What do they see?
So they see me do a couple of tumbles and rolls and then get a bit more confident with it. And I do a couple of wall walks. I activate the anti-grav harness, which reduces gravity to low gravity, and I start to, do the parkour wall walk and then tumble down and do a roll, then leap high into the air and slam dunk the ceiling. Just do a few tricks for the camera.
Yeah. Is there a performance on your character?
Yeah,
sheet?
there is. I can do.
Since you're live
Yes,
streaming,
yes.
why don't we do that?
I'm gonna roll your dice. It's 29.
You just see like little hearts coming up on the screen, like Dave, and like there's like gifs of like a gif of a cat on a skateboard, and then there's like just like love hearts and like Patra for life and stuff like that, and like oh my god, Dave's so fit. Just social media heaven right now. Yeah. What else are you doing?
When I suddenly realise that the drone's fixed and Obo's currently hitting the wall with his comm unit, her comm unit, I'll look over and say, is there another way out of the room? Have we got another door to go through?
Yeah, you can see that over towards the opposite side of the room there is a door.
There's a door right here.
Okay. Obo, if you're feeling up to it, with all the crying and everything, or the portal drone, your choice.
I'll stand in front of the door again, gun ready, bang the door open button.
The iris opens, and
I'll step in and I'll do the same thing.
okay.
Step
So
in.
I would like a perception check from you. There is some light in this room, coming from various systems that you instantly recognize to be an engine room.
24.
24. Okay, so the Bloom's engine room was clearly once a marvel of biomechanical engineering, containing a high-speed drift engine, 4 sleek workstations with state-of-the-art biomechanical interfaces, and 4 plush chairs grown from the leaf fronds and the flower petals. Now a complete mess. You can see bite marks out of like the chairs, these like natural seats. The front panel of the drift engine is torn off and broken, and the drift engine is clearly broken in some way. Tools are scattered about the floor, and something has taken bites out of the chairs and other biomass in the room. The ground near the forward doors is coated in sticky-looking slime, which trails through the open doors to midship. You can reveal this map down here. And that slime, which trails through the open doors to midship. Through these doors, the midship you can see is coated entirely in a thick layer of slime and pulsing organic masses. Amid these alien egg sacs crawl grub-like creatures with oddly humanoid bone faceplates, each engorged nearly a foot in length. Movement in the distance indicates there is likely additional grubs in adjoining chambers.
Well, it seems it is quite clear what the life signs I was detecting were.
If you want to check the camera, Jack.
Oh, yep.
Roger!
I'm so invested, so immersed.
So we don't need the drift engine at the moment, do we?
Not currently.
Is the actual engine working? Or are we in freefall?
I mean, if you want to put yourself in that room.
Yes, I do.
Let's do that
Oh yeah,
first.
there's a
Let's just do that
there's a
first!
clip over the door. Is that okay to move it?
Yeah, just go over the door.
Yeah.
It's
Alright,
they're
fair
just
play.
there to show you where those doors are.
Yeah, no
you
worries.
opened it and
I assume that's a drift engine.
Yes.
Not really worried about that. More about the actual engine.
so the drift engine is that little bit there, and the engines themselves like built into the back of the ship. And then there are these other workstations around.
Yeah, I'll go to a workstation because I can probably find out from there.
Feel free to take your droid with you as well, by
Oh
the
yeah,
way.
good point.
I will go with you because I was talking to you about the engines.
There's a bit of blue tack on the bottom of the base, so I'll just move that out of the way.
I'm going to go to the edge of that door. Still, if I have it up still,
I will place for droid. There.
I'll still have my detect magic up, just to scan a bit more.
Okay, still not getting anything magic at this point. What you guys can see is that. What did you roll on that perception again? Sorry?
24.
24. Okay, so. Yep, you see the workstations, you see the engines towards the back, you see maintenance controls all over the place, and then you see this like open door that leads, and the door is open that leads to the midship, and you can see this like pulsating, undulating, like eggs and like crawling grubs. Yeah. What would you guys like to do in this moment?
So I'm going to hack into this workstation, see if I can find out what the status is of the engines.
Okay, so give me a computers check, please.
God damn it. That's a nat one. I'm gonna...
It appears to be. Are you gonna credit stick it?
For a credit stick, do I re-roll or is it basically like D&D advantage? Or...
It's a re-roll, and then you can choose whichever one you want. So you
Yeah.
throw me the credit stick, you spend that.
Yeet!
Yeet! This is not a 2E system thing, this is a me thing with Dragonborn Industries.
Well,
And
it's
that
kind of a
is-
2.
Well, there's hero
You
points,
have
isn't
the
it?
hero points.
Yes.
24.
24, okay. I assume you're taking the nat 1.
No.
Why not? Okay, so gaining access to the maintenance controls, which is the bits that you're standing at there, you can tell that the ship's gravity and temperatures, as well as the ship's gravity and oxygen can't be changed. That seems to be a natural thing that happens within these ships. You could change the temperatures in the ship to go to dangerously cold or dangerously hot. And you could turn the lights on throughout the bloom here, shedding some light on your surroundings, because everything is still quite dark. Obviously the engines in here are lighting things up. You don't think from the maintenance controls, which is the bit you're at, you could access the engines, but you do see that the engines are malfunctioning. And if you were to access a terminal down by the engines and down by the drift engine, that maybe you could have a look at something there, and you would have to do some kind of crafting check maybe to check those ones out. As well with these workstations, you learn that it's current mission of this ship. So within these workstation computers with that particular check, you learn that the captain, who is called Leah Imaz, was the person who was linked to the ship. And most Xeno Warden ships, you have to be bonded with the ship, and it acts to your commands telepathically, essentially. They were the commanding officer, and there were other names there as well, which I don't actually have. But they were collecting samples from different planets around the vast and near space and packed walls, and bring them back for cataloguing. And something recent happened within the packed walls with a planet called Octurn. It hatched. Turns out it wasn't a planet, it was an egg, and a new god was born from it. The wave that came out from it caused what the Xeno Wardens believe is changes in flora and fauna throughout the known existence. And they are trying to ascertain whether these samples were affected by it or whether or not this is something different. But they had been collecting all of these samples from a planet way off in the vast, and we're on the way back to the verdant paradise around Bethesda for cataloguing.
Alright, so I'm going to TLDR fill them in on the ship's mission. Captain, it would appear from this workstation I can turn on the lights. Would you wish me to do this?
Yes, please.
Beep boop, light on.
Okay.
Also, we are able to adjust the temperature controls on the ship. We could either make it freezingly cold or boilingly hot. That may damage the creatures currently infesting it, although it may also have adverse effects on any other biological organisms that may be here, including surviving crew members, as well as yourselves.
We're all in environmental suits, aren't we?
Yes, I think we are.
So
Yeah.
I think we leave the temperature controls alone.
Very
for now,
well.
in case we damage some of the ship's systems, because we don't really understand much of what goes on here.
Indeed.
Out of interest, sorry, what was that roll that you had on the computer check? Do you remember? Was it 20?
I think it was a 24.
24.
24,
Yeah.
okay, so that would have been a regular success.
Cool.
Okay, so a bit more about what was going on here. During a routine survey mission to a newly discovered dwarf planet in the vast, currently known by the temporary identifier VDP-32074S, the crew of the Xeno Warden starship Bloom collected a variety of biological and environmental samples. After these samples were secured in the Bloom's laboratories for further study, the Xeno Warden departed, plotting a course through the drift to the Pack Worlds to drop off their samples at the Xeno Warden Ark ship, Verdant Paradise, which serves as a mobile research laboratory and is currently in orbit around Bethesda. The Bloom has 5 crew members, including Captain Leah Amaz, an engineer, a surveyor, and 2 scientists, a botanist, and a zoologist.
Did we find any identification on the corpse?
Retrospectively, I will allow a recall knowledge with perception added to it,
Okay.
because I didn't check for that before. And that's on me! I am infallible.
18.
18. You would get that this is one of the botanists or zoologists. You're not quite sure. You didn't get like a nameplate or anything like that. They're wearing a lab technician coat. What you do get is that the particular sample container that was actually bursted outwards had sample 62 written onto it.
Okay.
Isuf. Run. You hear a woman whisper in your ear. And with that, you start to see like these grubs that were like in the other room have started to come through the door. And they're starting to like writhe over each other. I need you all to roll initiative for me, please. So initiative in this one is based off perception, I believe.
So it would be perception unless we took another action, like we were sneaking or something like that, and then it would be stealth. You know, but
Steve,
yes.
my rules lawyer for this one.
So I literally add perception.
Yes.
Okay.
Some feats give you bonuses to your initiative, so that will probably be written in the box underneath.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
On one of mine, quick and processor, I do get +1 to perception for initiative, so that would have been a 23, but that makes it 24.
So. Oh, it's good for me.
You can get that natural 20 out of the way before we go into combat.
It wasn't a nat 20. It was an 18 on the dice plus 8 for a 26. Okay. Chick, where you at?
30.
30!
17 plus 11 plus 2 from my special thing.
Fuck you. Just give me a chance. Isif, where you at?
24.
24. That's better. Day.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Oberzoya.
26.
26. Ooh, what is your perception modifier, please?
Me plus 10.
You'll be going at initiative count 27.
Okay.
Because you have higher initiative than the swarm here. Okay, so you start to see as could you just put that next to
Oh, lovely.
the door on your side of it? Which character is somebody right there?
Yeah, there's the droid right
the
there.
droid thing.
Okay, they seem to ignore the droid. Who else is there?
I'm
All of us.
right next to the door.
All
Like,
of us other
just-
than
I'm still
Oberzoya.
Yeah, I'm still
So the two closest would be me and Chip Chip.
Okay, cool. I think in this moment they are going to straight up see Day there, this bright shining star in their anti-grav harness, as they start, like, you see these like bone face plates begin to like rub together, and then you start to hear this like noise like crickets. It starts getting louder and louder and louder. The swarm emits a chorus of ear-splitting shrieks and screeching, dealing 5d6 sonic damage to creatures in a 10-foot radius. I need a reflex save, please, from anybody within 10 foot.
Jesus.
Somehow managed to miss my dice tray there.
Alrighty then.
So a roll at the table. If you miss the dice tray, you can re-roll it in the dice tray.
Cool. 27.
I rolled a 4. I'm gonna throw you my cred stick.
Do it. Please get on that one.
Not much better. 6. So that's a 18 in total.
Okay. Fail. Isuf.
27.
Pass.
29.
Pass. Okay, so I believe. Let's see if it just says basic reflex save.
Yeah.
It's a DC 21, so it's a regular success for everybody. So it's just going to be half damage, I believe. So it's going to be 5d6 worth of damage. Day, you were going to take 15 points of sonic damage. You are both going to take 7 points of sonic damage as it starts going, and it comes out. Actually, the drone is there also, and it would take some. You are controlling it.
For the drone.
Yes, please. Actually, Isof's controlling it, so I will let them roll it with your reflex save.
With my reflex save. Okay, so that is 13 plus 6. That is 6. 19.
19 is a fail. They take 15 points of damage. They currently have. I don't think there are stats for that actually. I will be kind and say it has 20 points
Okay.
of hit.
And it was 15 minutes taken, yeah?
Yes, because it's going to take the full amount, because 19 is a failure, the DC being 21.
That thing is within 10 feet, obviously, because that's the range on your sonic attack.
Yeah.
Does that have the manipulate trait?
No.
Right.
It is just a straight up, and well done for keeping me honest on that one, it's just a 2-action jobby.
Yeah.
No manipulate trait on that one. However, could you roll me a D4, please?
2.
2. Okay. It can't use that again for 2 more rounds. However, Chick, you're up.
Okay. Quick question first of all. The spells, obviously they have like an action, 2-action thing here.
Yeah.
Is there any limit to how many spells I can cast? Or
There
is it
isn't,
just
no.
purely actions?
It's purely on your actions.
Okay, good to know.
Fucking great, right?
Right on.
Great question.
Yep.
Actually, for learning the system, asking about action economy, I'm going to give you one of those because I think that is very relevant
Thank
to
you very
learning
much.
2E. It's not like D&D where you are limited to 1 spell per round. You literally you have the 3 action points.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking use them because I will be using them on you.
Okay.
Yep.
I think the very first thing Chick will do will be to use transfer vitality over today.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna give you 6 hit points
Thank you very
from
much.
my vitality thingamajig. And also your shadow will darken and swell, which means reducing any bright light within 10 foot of you to dim light. This is a form of magical darkness, and you are considered concealed while you're in there.
Nice. Excellent.
Is it just David's concealed or anybody else in that dim light?
Yeah, it says the target becomes concealed while in
Good,
there.
because if it was anybody, the
Yes, it just says the target becomes concealed
For a second there.
while
Cool.
in there. Okay, cool. And then I will also use the other 2 action points I have left to cast Void Warp cantrip. So, can you please make a Fortitude saving throw? I believe?
Oh, a little fortitude save. Okay, so I'm going to grab their stats, just double checking something. Okay, it's pretty beefy.
Okay,
It's pretty beefy.
that's fine.
$25.
Okay, that beats the DC. DC was 21.
Yep. So it's a regular success, so they're going to take half damage.
Okay, okay, yep. So you're going to take. What is that? 3, 7, 10. God, I can't read them. Plus 2. So that is 12, half to 6.
Okay, is that area damage or anything like that? And
No.
what type of damage is it?
Void.
Void. Okay, cool. 6 points of damage. Okay, how does it look when you cast the spell?
I think it'll be just a lot of hand movements and maybe a little bit of like sort of chanting, a little bit of just very quick sort of language that you probably wouldn't be able to sort of tell what's going on, and then just formulating this sort of dark energy that you would just from another world clearly.
Have we gone full edgelord again?
Yeah. I mean,
Our punk
I
bug.
can't help it. And he'll just sort of shoot out towards this mound of grubs.
Yeah, and it like, splats into them, and like you can see that they definitely take some damage from that. That's your 3 actions over.
That is, it's me.
Okay, then we are going to move to Oberzer.
Okay, well I'm going to try something a little bit different. So I'm going to take a few steps in front of here so I kind of have a clear shot. I want to take a peek through this door. Do I see more of those worms in there?
Give me a perception check. You definitely see them like moving around.
15.
15. Ooh, there is actually a DC for this. There is. So you can see that there are more bugs in there moving around. Whether they're coming together to form a swarm or not, you're not sure.
I'm gonna deal with this one. So I'm gonna go.
Sorry. Can I use my reaction seeing that Oberzire's moved into a particular position to look through the door, and I've got clearly a prime position, much better position than you've got to see through the door, I'd like to use my comparative spirit reaction to roll a perception check, please.
Yes, absolutely. Because whatever you can do,
I can
Dave
do better.
do better. I think it's literally written into their character sheet. Natural 20! Natural fucking 20.
31.
31! There is a swarm a coming, and you can see that, like, on the other side of the door, more of these grub-like creatures are coming together. You also think you could just close the door on them. Yeah. You don't think they can interact with the door, but you're left with only one swarm in this room.
Yep.
As the grubs are all like, they are coming for you all. They are hungry, hungry caterpillars, and you are but a leaf to them. However, yeah, you can absolutely close the door on them with that reaction.
I will do that, please.
Yeah. Do you gloat towards Oberzoya at all?
Yeah. I turn to him and go, I'll do the old calm and love, right? I can't do it. The guy on TikTok who just goes, and then like that on a bit.
So you see Obo just look down. She's got this bandolier of grenades, and she just pull one off while she's looking at you as well. She clocks you, pulls that, and I will throw in an incendiary grenade.
Yep.
Into those worms.
Cool.
And that does, I believe, it's a 1d8.
Okay, so grenades in terms of working, I'm not sure if you still need to roll a particular attack roll. Obviously,
It says here, instead of making it an attack roll, you choose a target area within 30 feet. All creatures take 1d8 fire damage. It's in a 5-foot area.
In a 5-foot. Oh, that's good.
It's an incendiary grenade.
This is a large swarm, which means that they are 10 foot by 10 foot.
Yes.
Okay, reflex save, yeah?
Reflex, yeah, a basic reflex save.
8 on the dice for a total of 22.
Wow.
Plus 14 on the old reef save. The old reefer.
Where would it might have a target?
Hey, Tom.
The DC is, I think DC is 15.
The DC.
Oh, DC is 21.
Oh, 21? Oh, okay, cool.
It says DC 21.
So it passes, but it's going to take half damage. It's not a critical pass.
Yeah.
Okay. So
well, it's only a D8, but it's on fire.
D8's better than a D6 on 1E.
It's a 4.
4 points of damage, and as it begins to, they take an extra 5 points of damage as they seem to squeal and screech. That is 9 on top of that, which is going to be as several of them like burn up, and you see them like as a few of them are dropped off the swarm.
Like it.
You've probably killed just under half of them at this point, but there's still more like lolling over each other, just trying to like. You see these like bone humanoid faces, like, and it's like teeth clacking when like they're trying to bite at you. I think that was a great move. Let me hand out the cred sticks. It's clearly a one shot, so they don't need to use them in any future sessions. I'm like, fucking have them. Because I really like that. And it's a new mechanic that we got to show off. Yeah. So I'm all for that.
And I've still got 2 left.
So how many actions did it throw a grenade?
I think it's 1.
Say 1 to actively perceive.
Yeah.
Let's say 1 to throw a grenade. Still got an action left.
I did move.
Okay, 3 actions spent.
Yeah.
As now it is actually the creature's turn. It had its go first, surprising you all. But I am going to come around there and see who is closest because I really want to.
It's me.
Is it you? Is it?
Yeah, either me or Day. Really.
Could you just move? Actually, no. I'll just do it from here. I'm just going to move this 5, 10. I'm going to get you both in that swarm. So we're going to say that you're both actually in there. I'm just going to fucking lay you down on top of it because it's easy for me to do that since you've got the distance to engulf you both. As these things just start like moving around your feet and then starting to climb up your bodies. As we are going to do swarming bites. We've moved to 1. We're going to do swarming bites. Each enemy in the swarm space takes 2d8 piercing damage, but I need a reflex save from those people in there, please. DC is 21.
It's a 17 plus 12.
That's
Is 20.
And a 19 for me.
So 19, fail.
Yep.
It's 29.
29, pass, but not a critical success. So you are going to take 2d8 and you're going to take half. So let's grab a dice roller. 2d8 is going to be 12 points of damage for yourself.
Okay.
6 points of damage for yourself. As these like bone masks, these faces like stop breaking through parts of the armor, and it's pretty weird and gross. But that fire on them, they clearly didn't like that, and they're obviously hungry.
I both want to see artwork for that, and I don't want to see artwork for that.
Yeah, I get
No,
it.
no.
Oh shit! I did it.
You did that.
Hey!
You gotta keep me on check, guys. This is what you're currently fighting.
Lovely.
Nice.
Wonderful.
Yay.
Munching on our bits.
Thank you for that. Keep me on check.
I just burn it.
Uh,
Yeah. It's a shame I don't have a flamethrower because I would have used that.
it is a real shame you don't have a flamethrower. A real shame.
It's almost like the adventure intentionally didn't give you a flamethrower.
I know.
Maybe.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll make one.
You know, like in Alien, it's like just with the eggs. That's what I see in this point.
We do have a bunch of like equipment and supplies back there. We probably could bodge one together.
I can
it.
fit up. That's what I was saying.
There you go. They do technically have one more. If I take another attack action, and this is based off of, I assume, going to be strength because it's a bite, I take a -5 to
No,
this?
because that wasn't an attack roll.
Yeah, we had
the
to make
multi-attack
saves.
penalty applies only when you're making it.
So I can do that again.
Yes.
Just have reflex saves from you both, please.
Yep.
Since it's just a single action and they get all three.
Unless there's something on there that says
Once
you can
per
only use it
turn.
once per
And
turn.
It does not say that.
That's going to be another fail on my end with a 5, 6, 18.
What was the DC?
21.
I think so.
I rolled 21.
Okay, pass, you're going to take 4 points of piercing damage. You are going to take 8 points of piercing damage as they are just like trying to like latch into you. Next up on the initiative tracker, Isef, you are being swarmed, buddy.
Yeah, I'm going to get the heck out of this pile of worms.
You're not prone, I just put you on there
Yeah,
for
I
the
know.
sake of it.
Just vault over the console here and move a bit back.
No attack of opportunity.
Cool. Let's what's movement speed do I have? 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I will go all the way back there using a mobile aim. So I move and aim in the same action.
Love it.
And
What's the weapon?
pistol. It is a semi-automatic pistol.
Okay, cause a piercing damage. Or is that now classed as precision damage?
That was a nat 20.
Crit! First attack crit of the night. So, normally, with a crit, you roll dice and double it. Now, Dragonborn Industries rules, we max damage, add your modifiers, and we roll again.
Nice.
However, normally I give people the chance to choose which ones they'd like to do at the start of a campaign. I hand over to you, the players. Would you like to do the max damage rules homebrew, or would you like to use the standard rules of double dice?
I like max damage.
Okay,
Yeah.
max
go for
damage it
that.
is.
Yeah.
I say this to you because I will be doing the same to you should I crit.
Yeah, no problem. Alrighty then, so that is 2d6 plus 2d8, so that's 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24, 25.
That's filthy.
Filth.
So what do I add for the damage on that?
So if it's range,
Yep.
does it say damage and then what it's got on there? Because I don't have access to your sheets.
2d6p.
Piercing. So it is just 2d6.
Alright, cool.
Yeah. So it's 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 25, plus 5, so 30.
Off 2d6.
2d6 plus 2d.
How are we beating 24 here?
I rolled 2d4, and in my brain I was doing 2d8. So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29.
29 off 2d6.
Plus 2d4.
Oh, okay, because you get to add things to this
Yeah,
as well.
because of my my aim action, I get plus 2d4
So
damage.
it'd be 12 plus what you've rolled on the dice.
Unless you're matching the
Unless you're
2d4 as well.
The 2d4.
So, yeah, you would match the 2d4, you would match the 2d6, then you would... Yeah, so it's
So
29
it's
total, yeah?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Unless I'm messing up the math
No,
on
no,
this,
you're
which
not.
I may.
No,
No,
'cause
just
it
go-
would be 20 plus
Yeah.
what you've rolled there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you kill this thing?
Yes.
How do you eviscerate these bugs?
Killing a swarm with a single shot pistol, I guess I aimed it to the head of one of them and the bullet just like plows through and just like punches through several others as it goes.
I think, yeah, just like a Mortal Kombat kill scene at the end where you're seeing like the slow-mo bones breaking and these like bone-like face cowls are just shattering and going into other ones of these like foot-long grub worms as you decimate this swarm of bugs. And with the door closed, you guys are out of initiative. There's nothing coming in this moment.
The threat has been eliminated.
For now.
Is anyone other than myself hurt?
I believe it's just.
I've taken a few wounds. That really was impressive, pilot computer guy.
Thank you, sir.
I think we probably need to have another conversation about your career path once this is all over. Chuk,
Yep.
really am quite
Yeah,
injured.
don't worry. I was getting on it.
He's getting out his little tactical med kit, and he's going to come over and try and perform some battle medicine onto. We'll start with Day as captain. So roll. That's a good one. Where are my stats? There they are.
Oh yeah, I'm going to reload my pistol, by the way.
So I got a 30 on a medicine.
Oh, that's easily going to succeed. That's a critical
That's a
success.
critical
No, it's
success.
yeah.
Yes. So that's 48.
48. Do you want to roll it or?
No.
This is your fucking battle med.
2, 9, 10. So that's 13 points of healing towards you.
How you looking, Day?
Okay, I'm good.
Yeah. But in this moment, obviously, like, you see these, like, bite marks and this sonic damage, and you think these were probably either what broke out of those containers or attacked the porter drone, and you're seeing, like, those same sort of, like, bite teeth marks that match the gouges.
Is the tactical medkit repeatable use, or is it,
I believe it's-
consumable?
It's consumable,
Okay.
I believe.
Don't really know what it does for me.
I think you should have a med patch, and then it should say tactical on it a bit further down.
Type tactical, level 5. It heals 3d6 plus 6 hit points, and the bonus is plus 1.
That's a med patch. I've got a med kit.
Oh, okay, cool. Let's have a quick look in the Starfinder.
So med kits
Playtest
in
rulebook.
Pathfinder had 10 uses, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Just curious, me being an android, would they work on me?
Yes.
Cool. Chuk. May I also receive some medical attention, please?
Don't worry, I'm on it. I'm on it.
Thank you. I am at roughly 50% condition.
I will go for another medicine check on you.
And while he's patching me up, I'm just going to thank you for the warning. Who am I speaking to, please?
So that's 25. For a
You
medicine
get
check.
a so for medkits contain analgesics, bandages, sterile gauze, and suturing tools necessary for medicine checks to administer first aid, treat disease, treat poison, or treat wounds. Tactical medkits provide a +1 item bonus to such checks. So I think medkits allow you to just make medicine checks and perform battle medicine. Tactical medkits allow you to gain +1s to those.
Okay, so I get +1 to whatever I just rolled there.
I guess so, yeah.
Oh, so it's 26.
Yeah,
Which I think is another.
Not oh, it is a critical
It's
success.
critical,
Yeah.
It's 15.
All right. 3.
Maybe I'll bring you back down to level 1.
It's a high
That's
performance
not
group.
Yeah. It's a very high performance crew.
So it's 14 points of healing.
Cool. So that will put me at 50 HP.
50 HP.
How are we going to approach this next bit?
But you see other doors in this room. Bear in mind, you've still got the engines. You see the drift engine is somewhat malfunctioning as well.
Was there any response to my query? Shortly before we were attacked, I was told to run.
By whom?
I do not know.
Was she crying?
There was no crying, simply a voice. They addressed me by name.
Can you trace the signal?
I would like to try and trace the signal.
I'm going to tell you now, there's no signal. It was like somebody whispered in your ear.
Beep, boop, 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 beep. There was no signal to trace.
Can I make some sort of check to see if this is some sort of magic?
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to do magic, I believe that is going to be a mysticism check.
Occultism?
You can do occultism, yeah, absolutely.
I suspect some form of psionics may be involved.
It's a 15.
Let me just consult the guidelines here. Alright. You're unsure. Maybe with a bit more information, maybe with a bit more happenings around here, you might be able to check that again later. But for now,
Okay, that's fine.
something's not right.
Yeah, definitely.
What would you guys like to do in this moment?
Shall we try and find another way round?
I think that's a good plan.
That would be preferable to going through that large quantity of bugs. I'm just going to speak into the ether. If you can hear me, we will not run until we have dealt with the problems on this ship. If you could direct us towards the helm, that would be greatly appreciated.
Give me a diplomacy check.
I ain't good at that shit.
That is a 15 on the dice for a total of 13.
Total of 13.
Yeah, I have a -2.
I mean, okay. You call out and you.
Pilot computer guy / bodyguard. If you're gonna plead with someone, you should compliment them first.
Understood, Captain. I will take this into consideration.
Oh, voice from the ether. You cried out, you gave fair warning. Your melodious notes provided me with an opportunity to escape damage. If you wish to assist us further, then please, I implore you, tell us where the helm is.
Give me a diplomacy check. I love that trait so much.
Great.
That's all 20!
Twice in a row!
This is
29.
ridiculous.
That's the best skill
Yeah.
ever. Competitive spirit.
Okay,
Great.
Oh my god.
interesting. Very interesting. Because it's as Isif is calling out, and you start to hear this, this scream of a woman. You interrupt, like, move! Just come in, and the scream almost stops, like it's been interrupted. And give me an occultism check.
So 15 again.
15, still unsure of what's going on, because it's in this moment that you all begin to think you hear that scream, and then it disappears. And there is definitely something happening here, and yet it seems to stop with that. Trying to work out how to play this now, because that's impressive. I think as it settles down, you turn around in this engine room, like you were looking at like the door where the grubs were coming in from, and you turn around and look at each other when this like scream stops, and you just see like the figure of a woman stood by a door just down near where Oberzoya is. This Lashunta woman, and she looks at you and then just passes through the wall.
Are my optical sensors malfunctioning, or did anybody else see that?
I think it's fate's way of telling us that we should go that way.
Your query was indeed responded to.
I mean, you literally see this woman.
Neat.
Now give me an occultism check.
Funny enough, I'm horrible at this.
Really? Everybody can also give me an occultism check if they want to.
18.
18.
Yeah.
Definitely something
Also 18.
something supernatural going on here.
11.
11. But yeah, you see this Lashunta woman just phase through this wall and go another way.
I think we should follow.
I agree. We're not going through that way, that's for sure.
I did have another idea, and that's whether we got the porter drone to open the door to the midships chamber and attract the swarms into this area, and then have the porter drone close the door, and we close this door and trap them in with the drift engine. But I'm not sure the porter drone would survive the attack.
It is unlikely it would, and also, if we were to require to come back here, then we would have to fight a room full of angry bugs.
It would block our escape.
That's a good point.
But there were other airlocks, right?
Indeed.
So we don't have to go back out. Well, that's what
But
the
we
ship
are in
is.
sync with this one.
Love this voice, by the way.
It's coming in and out. It's not always
But
working.
genuinely, I'm like, you play a Sheeran voice. You?
Yes, just gets good like this.
Yeah, it's a good voice.
Thank you. Well, I mean, that's a good plan. I think that could be good use. But it would block our exit.
Also, if we required use of the engines, the controls for them are over there.
And yeah, you can see like towards the back. Give me a computers check at this point, while you are currently looking down towards the drift engine and the regular thrusters at the back.
That is a 20.
Dirty 20, yeah?
Yeah, dirty.
Okay, so you see that the engines are malfunctioning, but with either a crafting check, a nature check, or an arcana check, and I think with that computers check as well, you would see that they've been purposefully disengaged and broken.
I was mistaken. The engines are not merely malfunctioning, they have been sabotaged.
You also see that the drift engine, the tools that are lying around on the floor, one of them is a massive wrench and lies next to the drift engine. You see cracks across the top of it where somebody has been trying to break it.
I know nothing of this. Anyone else?
This ship was heading back to Bethesda. Maybe somebody intentionally sabotaged the engines to stop it from reaching its destination.
If there was a containment breach on these sample pods, and these dangerous creatures have infested the ship, it could be the crew trying to prevent the spread of the infestation to their surrounding world and other vessels.
Give me have you got Xeno Warden lore?
Nope.
Okay.
I say we go through that door, the side door.
Yes.
Agreed.
I'm already here.
Although, before we do, can I get a map of the ship from one of these consoles?
You can get a diagnostic readout, and it will give you a list of the rooms, but it won't give you a map.
Yeah.
I think that's a fantastic question, but I don't want to reveal anything
Absolutely
to you.
legit.
That's the
That's
GM saying
good
no,
enough.
but I like the question, and I will reward it.
Yeah.
You know that this particular ship is it's another Explorer class vessel, just like the Overhaul. It's not too dissimilar in size. You know that there is a total of around 11 rooms. It has a port specimen lab, which you think you came in through, a port cargo bay, a starboard cargo bay and a starboard specimen lab, an engine room, a midship low to moderate 5 area, which is probably the area that you've just closed off. You imagine there are crew quarters on either side of that. There is a galley, a washroom, there's going to be a captain's quarters and a bridge.
So I let these guys know what the general layout that I expect that to be.
And I think with the meta knowledge of having a look at this map here, you can just about work out where everything's going to
Yeah.
be.
Yeah. Should we go to the start of the cargo bay?
Indeed.
Sounds good. Obo, you're up.
Again, get the gun ready. Light is on.
Obo,
Bang the door open.
would it not be wise to have the droid open the door so that you can already be covering it with your weapon?
No.
Very well.
Yeah.
Step in.
Love it.
Okay, you can remove the bottom fog of war down there, Jack, if you want to make sure the camera is on.
Yeah.
And you can give me a perception check as you head into the starboard cargo bay.
21.
21. Okay. Obviously, this ethereal shunter moved through this bulkhead wall, this door, into this area of the ship. You don't see them in there. You've activated the lights in here now as well, so there's light throughout the ship, and you no longer need the torch, you no longer need to rely on your darkness. You start to see all the colours of the green and the browns and the stonework and everything that makes up this ship. Whoa! Oh, I was like, what is going on there? I was like, that is a lot of nature going on. It's like, wow! Somebody get right in, dude, you got nits. Just
you
like
put me
spotting them a
somewhere
mile
in
away.
that Close to where it shows.
That's the
Just don't stand up.
it's the easiest way to check if you're going bald.
Oh, hello.
I do love the autofocus on that camera. Osbot, if you want to sponsor us, I won't say no. Okay. Yeah, it seems like a clear room. Once more, you see like there are like a few crates. There's a few like fuel canisters of sorts in here.
When you say fuel canisters, what sort of kind of fuel are we talking about here?
Flammable.
that's what I'm
Why
thinking.
don't you? I mean, are you searching the room like rather than just looking around and covering corners? Everybody, give me a perception check. Let's do a full like. Let's loot the fuck out of this ship.
28.
28.
Perception...
28 for me as well.
22.
Nice.
23.
23. Okay. With a perception check, only needed of like 15. PCs who search the cargo bay for useful equipment discover an advanced tank of petrol, which I may have some item lists here for you. You get an advanced tank of petrol, which I definitely want to find that one first. For reasons. So put that there for the moment. You find a advanced incendiary grenade.
Woo! It's mine. Dibs.
Agreed.
You've got an empty slot.
Yeah. I've got 3.
But where I have put those, I'm not sure. I will hand you the rulebook if that's the case. I can't find those in a moment. Then you also find a hacking toolkit and an infiltrator's toolkit.
So a hacking toolkit will improve your computer's check, and the infiltrator's toolkit will improve your thievery check.
And a tactical.
Sounds about
Oh,
right.
no, there's your incendiary grenades, just beneath the petrol tank.
Unless anybody else would like it, I will take the hacking toolkit.
I think you're the best one to have it.
Agreed.
So, this is a hefty amount of stuff that I will allow the captain to hand out to the players.
Right. Hacking toolkit.
Thank you, Captain.
We'll read that one in a second. Infiltrator's toolkit. Pick locks or disable devices. Who's got the best thievery?
Disabling devices, crafting, thievery. Sometimes with ship's engines, it's also arcana, especially on a ship like this.
Oh. Hacking toolkit doesn't seem to actually give any bonus. Anybody else want it? Because I don't actually need it. I can just use my comms.
Yeah, if somebody else is trained in computers, then take that. I'm not trained in computers, so there's no point in me.
Yeah, fair.
Do you want to take the infiltrator's toolkit as well?
I'll see if I can make use of it. Thank you.
I'll give you the petrol tank and the incendiary grenade.
Or if I could read what the infiltrator's toolkit does, 'cause I have one of them on my sheet, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, you strip this cargo bay of sundries and supplies.
Okay, and then I'm also going to give you that, which is a radiation buffer So it gives you bonuses to your poison resistance.
Very nice, thank you. I'll put this to use.
You see another door in this room, just like before, and you imagine that there's another laboratory, just like the port side. This is probably the starboard laboratory. One of these iris doors there as well. Anything else that you guys want to do in this room here?
Those worm creatures seem to be susceptible to fire. We could possibly use some of that fuel to make improvised weapons of some form.
Yep, or just pour it down. And
Indeed.
Light it. You're alright, man.
How would people feel about strapping the canister to the porta drone, and then in the event that we come across a large swarm of them, the porta drone can go in and be swarmed? And
An excellent idea, Captain.
Could take
I'm game.
a shot.
My only thought is, if we're going to stop this ship from going to Bethesda and smashing into whatever, we need to get this ship operational. So we need to not blow things up that might be required.
That said, it is better to have something damaged than have us dead and therefore unable to fix anything.
This is true.
Cold, hard logic from the android.
And also, out of character, it's just fucking cool.
Yeah.
Do you think you could strap the fuel can to the porta
Yes,
drone
sir.
somewhere? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Crafting check, I would say that is.
I mean, this being a cargo room, I expect it's probably a bunch of like straps and
I'll
stuff.
give you a +1
around,
to
so,
this.
Yeah, cool. Crafting. There it is. Oh, that's a really shitty roll. 2, 9, 11, 12.
You think you can do it. It's going to take you 10, 15 minutes. And in the meantime, what do you guys want to do?
Can I put this radiation
Just had
bucket
a
on
thought,
now?
Ian. I can just order the drone to just pick up the fuel tank, can't I?
Yeah.
I'll just do that instead.
That's why you're a computer guy.
Yeah, it's a porta drone. It's literally their job to carry things.
Yeah.
You're like strapping to it like, what the fuck am I doing? Yeah. Carry. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
So you're putting your radiation bucket.
Yes, I think that'd be good. Good
Yeah.
thing for me. Yeah.
Should we open the next door while we're doing that?
Might as well.
We will
Shame
open
not
the
to.
door.
Yeah. Take the door out. It's unlocked as this iris opens. You can remove the fog of war. As you find the starboard laboratory. Much like the port specimen lab, this laboratory is a mess of debris and broken specimen containers. Each of these containers just like spewed across the floor.
I'll step in because I was opening the door.
Yeah.
Straight to the side.
I'll go that way. So everything is pretty much just smashed here, yeah?
Yeah, there's loads of like detritus and debris across the floor. So if you want to like, you see all these sample containers, everything's been like pulled out of crates and stuff like that, and pulled out of like the lab reading equipment. But if you want to give anybody wants to give a perception check to search this room,
Yeah, I will.
feel free to do such things.
Yep, I will do. 19, sorry. 19.
19,
25.
25,
16.
16. 25, yeah?
Yeah.
Who mentioned a flamethrower earlier? First. Who said
Not me.
it's a shame we don't have a
I
flamethrower?
said it's a shame we don't have a flamethrower.
You can have a cred stick,
Oh.
and you find a flamethrower
Oh, right.
discarded and empty on the floor
Nice.
to the bottom corner of the room there. As yeah, there is a flamethrower.
Would the flamethrower just take the fuel we've picked up, or would it actually?
Yes,
require
absolutely.
Cool.
It takes an advanced petrol tank of 40 rounds, and there should be stats for a flamethrower on there.
Yeah.
It's also an area effect, so it's 2 actions
Cool.
to basically activate a 15-foot cone of fire.
Nice.
To basically go and just it's 2 usage per 2 ammo per usage, but you found a flamethrower.
Awesome.
Elbow, I think I found something where you might like.
Are you sure? Probably better to have like more than one
Well-
big gun.
I suppose, yeah. Well, you're going to run out of grenades eventually, aren't you?
Yeah, but then you can just point and shoot.
I love this Cockney crew that's now happening.
You come out of nowhere, that's it.
While they were searching for lab, can I have been just trying to repair the drone a bit, because it did take some damage?
Yeah, give me a crafting check.
Cool. I just cut a hydraulic line. That was a nat one.
Okay, so that's a critical failure.
Yeah.
And yeah, you sunder your own droid. You're like, as you guys are in there, you see it. Oops. It's gone. It's destroyed.
It's good
you
to
can't
prevent a
repair it.
flamethrower. It's not carrying the fuel.
Just
tank
let's turn
anymore.
around it.
My
I've got
mistake.
this!
What's that? A flamethrower! No!
Okay.
You see, as you guys all turn around, stood in front of the doorway, the visage of a Lashunta woman. She looks at you all as you pick up the flamethrower and just nods. And then,
All right.
as she turns, just disappears. You all feel cold for a moment. And you get, like, the sense of these containers on the floor, like something dreadful happened. And I mean, you can all roll an occultism check.
So weird, I'm so bad at this. 8.
14.
Nat 1, what's occultism?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're like, this is fucking weird. Yeah.
Do we see any more specimen numbers on the jars or anything?
Yeah, you actually notice that there are like specimens like 1 through 35, and then like 36 through 70 were probably in the other laboratory. All of these have been broken from the outside and their innards consumed. And I think as you all kind of watch this woman turn away, you're left to your own devices again.
So the creature that we fought was much bigger than the sample jar. The sample jar was 1 foot square. Described there.
So, the
the one
sample
that
jar
burst from
was probably
the
just
inside.
shy of a foot,
Yeah.
which is about the size of the grubs that you fought.
But only one, not the mass.
Yes.
So these creatures, they seem to multiply. I wonder if they're multiplying as they feed.
Probably.
Well, didn't we, in the big room, didn't we say there was some egg sacs or something?
Yes.
I think we should use this.
We should use everything.
Indeed.
Let's go. We're wasting time.
I'll try and grab that petrol and try and
Yeah, you can.
fill up on top of it.
You fill it up with this advanced petrol tank. You no longer need to carry the petrol tank. You get 40 ammo basically within the flamethrower.
It only holds like
Oh, you
8
said
at all
advanced,
times.
yeah.
Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's almost like you're taking up that one and you just attach it to it. You're not the strongest, but
No.
for the sake of a one shot, I'm like, it's fine. Yeah, you tell me what you guys are doing.
I think we'll make our way back to the main room.
Yeah.
Are we
Let's get
going to step in there and set fire to everything?
It sounds like a good plan as any.
Is there computer pilot bodyguard guy? Is there any way?
You no longer have a name.
Yeah. Can we turn the gravity off temporarily? And so throw in the flame and the oil. Open the door. Throw in the flame. We turn the gravity off, and then it's just a spiral of flame burning its way through.
I'm
the
afraid
entire
that would
chamber.
not be possible, soldier lady. However,
Obo.
I am. Yes, I have a name as well. I am capable of turning up the heat in the spaceship to a hazardous level.
Per room.
Would it be per room or would it be
The
everywhere?
entire ship.
It would be of the entire vessel.
You
However,
guys would
we
be
are in
uncom-
environmental protection.
Yeah, it would be. You have environmental protections with your suits, so you think that would be a pretty pretty good idea to do. It might increase that fire damage. So, yeah.
Let's do that.
See if there's anything else that I need to check. You would have to disable the safeguards. This is a very high computers check.
Okay.
This is, I'm going to tell you now, in the 30s. If you want to disable those safeguards.
Back over to the computer station and attempt to disable those safeguards.
Can we aid?
Yes, you can. I believe it's a same thing as before, where you need to roll a 10 plus to give. Is it a +1 or a +2 with 2E?
Normally circumstance bonuses are +2, but I will check.
Since you whether someone has prepared some aid on ally, aid similarly the character using the an ally. Someone from 10 task research. Where's the plus? GM call, page 27.
GM call.
Stand by.
Critical success, you grant your ally +2 bonus. Success, you grant your ally +1 bonus.
Is it still a DC 10?
DC is 15.
15. Okay, so those of you willing to aid in a computers check can
I'll try.
DC 15.
Yeah, that's a 19.
19. Success.
That's +1. Your roll.
Yeah, it just needs to be in a proper position to help.
You can all get around these 4
really,
workstations and try and aid. Say it's a very smart idea.
I'm just seeing if I can figure out a different skill I can
Have
use.
you not got
I've got nothing in computers.
so no? You got anything in computers?
No.
No. So it's the +1
Alright,
from
just the +1.
Check, check.
Cool.
That's out of the tray. Out of the tray.
God, how many attempts at rolling do you want?
Alright, that is 19 plus 13, so it is...
Plus another one.
No, it's plus 13.
Oh,
plus
that's right,
1,
yeah.
So
Gotcha,
that is,
Shut up, Jack!
Sorry.
32.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Okay, so you are able to disengage the safety parameters on this ship's temperature thing. Now, the Xeno Warden ships have this at such a high tier of security because they are the ship is a living ship, and also they are transporting usually goods of a very unique environmental and ecological needing. Like they need to be at set temperatures, they need to be, you know, well looked after and tended to move from a planet to another ship, another planet. As you're like, fuck you, add heat, and you're like just whacking the thermostat up. You guys all begin to start feeling it get like 30 degrees, 40 degrees, 50 degrees, breaching 60 degrees, and you're like, fuck, environmental protection's on with this suit of armour, and like, oh, sounds cool. And you see this Lashunta woman just stood by the next door, smiling. In this moment, you feel this malevolence that's around her, but it's somehow subsiding. Could you give me a diplomacy check?
Yep. It's a 15 plus 9, 24.
24. Okay. The you put it together. The noises that you've been hearing, these screams, this last few oddities around that you've been experiencing one by one until you did that diplomacy check earlier. Mechanically, this is a haunt. So for anybody who's played Pathfinder, like you don't see them. You are just like completely like under the effects of a ghost, basically, and yeah, I mean that quelled them earlier for a certain amount of time.
And they do a lot of psychic damage.
Yeah, but also like the occultism check, I was trying to get to see if you would like know it was a haunt here. But in this final moment, do you say anything as like you can see that like there's this malevolence around them, and they seem to be like struggling to focus. But then you guys are going around destroying these grubs, finding the flamethrower. Do you say anything in this moment?
Was there anything in the records that we found about the crew, about what heritage the captain was?
She was a Lashunta called Leah Imaz.
I'll just
This lady right here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just look over and I'll say, Leia, do not worry. We will not allow the ship to reach any inhabited planet. We will take care of this manifestation. Please, go and rest.
So, I mean, I'll get rid of the haunt, desperate final moments. You're not facing that anymore.
Nice.
That's just completely out of there. But you see this Lashunta woman smile, and you see this, like, shimmer of, like, malevolence leaving her, and you see, like, these long tendrils coming out from behind her, something that doesn't look like a Lashunta. This, like, hulking figure with, like, a piercing face of bone that sometimes like looks like it's jumping from her and then looks like it's like reaching out and like this ghost is changing form, and it stops and she smiles. Thank you. I am Captain Leia Imaz, and it was my duty, my bond with the Bloom, and my failing in protecting the crew and stopping Sample 62 from taking control of this vessel. I see that you are here to help, and that you are doing better than I, but Sample 62 is still here, and it has bonded with the ship. If it makes dock with the verdant paradise, it will consume everything there, and everything it has consumed has given it more and more strength. And you can hear like of bugs popping in the other rooms. Fire, heat, it seems to dislike these things. And I'm glad that as I struggle to relive my final moments as it destroyed me and my crew, that maybe you can help. I ordered the engineer to disable the engines and destroy the drift engine before we left the drift, as Sample 62 ravaged its way through the ship. Yet my engineer was not able to do so. The rest of the crew were consumed or eaten, and I tried to destroy this creature in one last-ditch effort, but I was... And there's a pause, and like a flicker to their form. I was defeated. I believe I have remained here because of my failings ever since, reliving those final few moments again and again and again. But I'm not ready to rest yet. I must stop this ship from reaching the verdant paradise. If you would help me, we may be able to either sunder this ship, destroying specimen 62, but I cannot interact. And you see her like putting a hand through things with anything here anymore. Would you help me?
We shall aid you how we may.
Okay.
I'll do my best.
Sample 62 knows you are here. They physically bonded with the Bloom after my death, and I am no longer in control. The ghost frowns for a moment, lost in a glimmer of memory, then refocuses on the present with a shake of her head. Time is short. To kill Sample 62 and their brood, you must destroy the Bloom completely. Not even one of Sample 62's hatchlings or eggs can survive to reach Bretheda or the Verdant Paradise. The Bloom is a biomechanical starship with and will self-repair in time. However, it is highly vulnerable to radiation. You'll first need to harvest the radioactive components from the drift engine. With this material, climb onto the exterior of the hull and sabotage the starship's weapons. So they explode when triggered to fire. be sure to integrate the radioactive material. Then you can flee back to your own starship and I'll trigger the guns myself from the bridge. I retain enough of a connection to the bloom for that at least. And once you're away, send my final message to the Xeno Wardens on the Verdant Paradise, and they'll know what to do and will ensure Sample 62's home planet is quarantined. Can I count on you?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Which, by the way, is the coolest thing I've ever fucking read out of like a Paizo adventure path. This fucking ghost who, like, yeah, love it. And she points to the drift engine. And this, you see, like, where it was, like, cracked on top and it wasn't quite sundered. The engines as well, like, not quite in disrepair. But you think with a decent Arcana check, a decent crafting check, you could dismantle that drift engine. But the components are highly radioactive.
Given that radiation buffer on me, I might be able to sustain some of that. I'm not very good with Arcana, funnily enough.
As an android, I am naturally, well, not naturally, but you know my meaning, resistant to radiation.
Good. Well, we'll try doing some stuff together then.
Indeed.
Okay.
Alright, so
A shame we no longer have a functioning droid to carry the radioactive materials once they are harvested.
No, I watched you try and repair it. It was quite pathetic. No, actually, doesn't say that whatsoever. You're a disappointment to your ancestors.
Indeed I am.
The Mark IVs were a superior level.
Yeah.
Should we try dismantling it then? As we've got the doors closed.
Okay. So I would like an Arcana check and a crafting check, please. If you could download my final message from the ship's computer, I would be very grateful. I would say that where my body lays near the bridge, I did have a rifle with me, but whether you wish to, and she looks back towards the middle of the ship, proceed any further for the time being, that is up to you.
I still want to go to the bridge.
If you guys want to make your way there, you can hear like these other like insectoid like things popping and stuff all over the ship, and yeah, I would just straight up reveal the full map at this point as you're not in actually all that much danger anymore.
Cool.
And while you guys work on the drift engine, what did you get there?
I've not rolled yet because I wanted to ask. With the tools that are scattered around the drift engine, would I be able to scav them to get any kind of bonus to the roll?
You absolutely can if
Shiny.
you find enough to make a repair kit.
Sweet.
I will cast guidance on myself before I do.
Oh God.
This is gonna go badly. Could have gone worse. It's a 17.
The DC is 17.
I've got a 14.
Thank fuck I
crafting.
guidance there.
14 for crafting. Okay,
Yep.
so you're going to be no help whatsoever to them, but you are able to get in there and.
I'm better with software than hardware, damn it.
I mean, and you could have used the portal drone to carry this material. However, but yeah, you notice that like you take it out and you can feel the radiation pulsing off it. In that 10 minutes, you guys make your way to the bridge. You end up coming through this room here in the middle where everything is now like the eggs are melting and popping. Everything is dying in this heat. And you know it doesn't take much to like either like stamp things out or you know finish things off in this moment. You move your way into the galley where there is obviously like a real mess in here. You can see that Sample 62 has obviously rifled through every consumable. There are bone shards everywhere. There is just, it's a wreck. Like a hungry student drunk from a night out. They have left nothing but a chip pan fire and packets of empty crisps everywhere. And you move your way to the bridge, and you get the sense that this bridge was the main haunt of this ship because you see the body of this Lashunta woman all but consumed. There is maybe like parts of a skull left, like brain missing. There is like the whole chest cavity is missing. This beautiful armor and this beautiful figure now just this like pale corpse, but you do see that there is a amount of stuff. Where are you? Where are you? That's annoying. I had you a second ago. Where's the bridge? Oh, sorry, yeah. You find an advanced laser rifle and a spell gem of personal gravity.
Nice.
So,
Very cool.
spell gem.
Thank you.
Personal gravity spell. I actually don't have the advanced laser rifle, but I do believe it should be in player core. So, quick look. Be martial range weapon and what? Ooh. Okay, I don't see it in there. I will have to look that up shortly, probably on Archives of Nephis. But yeah, and you can see, yeah, this bridge is where this final showdown happened.
Can I make a society check to know anything at all about Lashunta funeral rites?
You absolutely can do, yeah.
23.
Yeah, pretty standard to most people on Castrovel. There's a lot of burials because there's it's a big jungle world, and you would know that a lot of them are buried there. There are some, however, that are taken to. They're like burial tombs of kind, and like caves and stuff that are sometimes taken there, and it depends if they're like a great member of a society or something. Sometimes they're preserved in a different way. A lot of the times it tends to be standard burials, however. Here on the Bloom, you're destroying the body with the ship by the sounds of it.
And she was captain, so she'd probably want to go down with the ship.
Probably. Yeah, and she would probably just be standing over her body at this point, just staring at you. I can activate the weapons from here, but sample 62 knows you are here. I do not know where it currently is, but you must act fast. We are not far away from the verdant paradise. And you can see screens that are showing you hurtling through space back towards Bretheda, where you guys came from in the overhaul.
Okay. We'll rush back to our crewmates to see if they've managed to extract the radioactive material.
Yeah,
and then the next thing we have to do is get outside and install this in the ship's armaments.
Okay. So, and I think with the aid of the captain and with that map earlier on and stuff you would know there are 4 exterior airlocks to the ship. There's one in each of the laboratories, or the specimen labs, and there's also one in the washroom and one in the captain's quarters. They would lead to the top of the ship where there were these guns. And yeah, you could choose one of those to head out, but obviously the one you came through is already open. It probably doesn't take much to unlock them from this side, but it's up to you which way you want to go.
It's probably easier to go out the one that we've already got open.
Indeed.
And we're near the ship as well, so.
Is this something that we have... I mean, how big is this radiation matter that we've got?
I am just double checking. It's a decent sized core, but realizing that you're going outside into 0G, you saw ladders on the outside and stuff like that, and branches and roots. It's not going to be too hard to climb. You're going to find that you're not going to be at any disadvantage or any negative to climb on the outside of the ship.
Alright. Shall we all go out?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
Better to have us all together, just in case we are ambushed on the way.
Sounds good.
Would you like to carry the radioactive material, by the way, or shall I?
I mean, I've got the buffer on me.
Very well.
Yeah? I'm happy to do so. Do you trust me out in space? After my failed space jump?
I trust everyone equally.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
You see, he's
Is,
like,
is
kind of
there
nervous.
any way to tie us off? So there's a leading rope if we do a space walk. Like, have we got magnetic boots? That kind
I've
of
got
thing?
mag boots. I've got mag boots.
You've got mag boots.
Yeah.
Anybody else? You could try and search the rest of the ship, see if there's anything else of use.
Didn't we pick up some rope earlier with the auto
Oh,
grappler?
I've got the auto grappler, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you float away, totally shoot you.
Hopefully shoot the rope around me, but not through me.
Even if it does go through you, you would at least be tethered.
That is the bright side of looking at it.
I mean, yeah, if you guys are just going to start heading straight outside,
Well, yeah.
then you absolutely could do those things. Obviously, like, there's nowhere to really tether a line to, but things with an auto grappler and mag boots, you're fine.
If there's a ladder, you can sort of do it at the bottom rung of a ladder or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just, I'll probably strap this thing to my back or something, so I've got the free use
Yeah.
of.
I'm trying to find
Yes.
the rules for radiation. Because it says you've got a radiation buffer.
Yeah.
What does that say it does?
It gives me poison resistance against damage from radiation effects, and also a bonus to fortitude saves against radiation.
Okay, because I can't quite see the fortitude save, all that, for the radiation in this. And whether that's just because I'm trying to read through it at this point of the adventure and I can't see it, not sure. But let's say it's a fucking engine core. Let's say it's a DC 20 fortitude save,
Okay.
or else you're going to start taking poison damage.
Okay.
So it's a low, medium, high, or severe. Is the four categories.
What's
And it's-
medium at? Because this is an engine
So
core.
medium is DC 17.
DC 17, even better for you.
Alright.
I'd say
Yeah.
medium for an engine core.
I'll just double check that this is a tactical radiation buffer.
Yes.
Okay.
That one.
Nope.
Damn it.
That is a 31.
31. You are
Nice.
fine for the moment. Yeah. No resistance damage. Can you guys remove your minis? Because now we need to do something interesting. I need to flip this over.
Is it stuck to? Is it stuck to the thing? Or?
No.
Nope.
Do you wanna?
Things inside should hopefully be blue tacked in.
Okay.
Oh right.
But I would just like the exterior of the hull to
That
be.
drift engine core is higher than the top of the box set, though.
Take it out. It's only blue tacked in.
Cool.
And I forgot to put an LED in it, so. Sorry!
You're forgiven.
Aw, babe. It doesn't matter if it comes apart, we can just literally like remove the door. Essentially, I just want the shape. Just so you know, I don't know why. I just want the shape. Let's just fucking. No, it doesn't overly matter about the doors anymore.
Right, flip it towards you, flip it towards you.
Right, hang on.
There we go.
You guys are overthinking this.
Things have fallen out. But that's how it's going down.
This is how you do maps, guys.
There we go.
I wonder why he needs this. I wonder why.
We might need blue tack on our minis now. My good God.
No, we seem alright actually.
A nice big tree in the middle of it.
Oh, okay. I thought that was
Yeah.
I thought that was Spesmin 62.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Why would I have a mini for that? How would I have a mini for that? Let's put the guns up here for now. Just a nice little blaster at the top. As you guys begin making your way on the outside of the ship,
So we would have started from over here.
you would have started from over there.
Should we say they were on top of the ship now, or on the side?
No, you can be on top as you like
Okay.
get up your ladder rungs and stuff like that.
Oh god.
And the ship's starting to break
So
apart.
what we'll do is we'll actually knock
Drifting
it down a
apart.
bit further, because if it's down at its furthest point. So, anywhere down there is absolutely fine. Now, As you guys begin making your way out to the exterior of this ship, you can see your own ship, the Overhaul, is currently side by side with this vessel, still like turning with it. You can see Bethesda in the distance. It's this weird. While you've been inside, you've not noticed this like hurtling out of control, but now you're back outside. You're like, oh fuck, because you are now having to deal with vertigo. You're having to deal with like that whole, three-dimensional travel through space. It's cold. Your environmental protections kick in. You've obviously got oxygen within your armors. And as you begin making your way up to the top, you just see that this like plant and tree covered stone and metallic vessel is something beautiful. Yet you're here to destroy it. You have to stop it from getting to the verdant paradise. As you make your way to the top, you begin moving your way towards this tree and towards the guns. You see this creature coming out from behind the tree. A sample 62 begins to make its way towards you. I need you all to roll initiative for me, please.
Chuck, I suggest you simply make it to the guns.
You got it, pilot bodyguard man.
I will waste that nat 20. The other side of this is that you start to see that like the ship seems to be acting against you now. You see it like jostling, trying to like throw you off. You see it like the airlock that you come out closes behind you. The ship is clearly under control of Specimen 62, and there is a whole hazard called blossoming interference. But I think with the captain and with the help, yeah, you guys are just trying to make it to destroying the ship at this point. The hazard itself is great, and for those of you who get to play this, it's so fun to play around with it because it's got things like you can try and disable it or awaken the ship and stuff like that, but it's got things like melee vine damages and like bolstering bipods and stuff like that, and it like the ship begins to start to attack you. But I think in this moment you guys are well prepared for it, having the captain having told you that Specimen 62 is in control of the ship now. This thing, and it is huge, it realistically actually looks like this. Very xenomorph hybrid. You see this bone face, you see like 6 limbs and this, like they're extra long, this lashing tail. As it has this like torso that opens up like a mouth. And you imagine that's how it's been consuming the crew and other specimens as it grows. Fuck, with a nat 20.
Big boy initiative right there.
Oh, it is. It rolled a 33 total. Sample 62 is at 33. Chick.
31.
Ho ho ho. Oberzoya.
27.
Same as last time. Isuf.
18.
18. Day.
16.
Oh, you didn't have to change the order there. That was really nice. Thanks, guys. This thing just silently stops moving towards you. It's pulling itself across the vines with its limb, and you can see it coming. It can see the radiation in your, like, strapped to your back. It can see you all with these like weapons, and you can tell that it is sentient, it is smart, and it is coming to kill you. It is going to, let's say, come around next. It's quite a big map. Make my big boy maps.
Gonna measure it for you.
No, because I don't want you to know what its full movement speed is. It's only going to come to about here. Be technically in that box. You are within that far. Okay, cool.
Ooh, no.
Let's see. With Yeah. It is. Oh, fucking hell. It just, you feel in your mind this just psychic screech. This like, it sounds like static that gets louder and louder and louder. Yeah. Range on that one is pretty good.
Oh, it's moving.
Oh well. Does a 22 hit you?
Me?
Yep.
I thought it looked like we were aiming for.
Sorry, Isop's over there in the corner, isn't it? My apology. I'm so used to you being the edgelord in the trench coat. Isop, 22.
Is that against AC?
Yes.
Then no, mine is 23.
Oh, you son of a bitch. 15 mental, ranging from 60 feet. Doesn't say whether that's an area of effect, so I don't think it is.
Okay.
So it's moved, it's done that one. Then it's got a. You are within that 15, so it's just going to try and grab you with this like long lashing tail. It's not great. 9 plus 17.
26.
26.
Yeah, that hits.
Cool. That is going to do.
Was that a second attack?
Yes.
You should take the multi-attack penalty off of it.
I did not.
So you can
Minus
reduce that by 5. So that's
21 to
which
hit.
is a miss.
That's a miss.
And for keeping me on check, you can have that.
So I just see this tail coming towards me, and I just like limbo backwards and it just goes.
Very Neo in your trench coat. As it whiffs on all of those, and it's silent. But you just hear that like psychic, static scream in your minds, and you see like these like inverted ribs are like moving individually. Like, yeah, it's pretty grim. That's its go over. Chick, you're up.
Chick will, because he's still got his flamethrower with him, sort of on his front. He's going to try and throw it towards Day, in Day's direction. So it's going to kind of sort of float towards you. Day, this will all be psychic, by the way, because I've got a mystic bond with you all. Use this. I need to get to the guns.
What are you throwing his way?
My flamethrower.
Okay. Where are you?
I'm here.
Okay.
And I want to just throw it about 15 foot, just in their direction.
Okay, so we'll call that a manipulate action. So it'll be one action.
Yep.
It does start flying that way. You are going to have to actively grab it on your turn, or else it's just going to keep on going to 0G. So I will allow that flamethrower to. There you go.
All right,
Yeah.
that's perfect.
Now, you can't get GMs like that. And I'm glad that was recorded, because that was fucking perfect.
Oh, yeah.
That was one of those moments, and I couldn't replicate that if I tried.
Take the win.
God's favourite GM. Yeah.
Okay.
One action to manipulate.
Yep. And then I will use my other 2 actions to sort of just do some more hand signals and just invisible.
Oh.
And then on subsequent turns, I will make my move.
Is that a two action jobby?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Do you want me to explain it?
Yes, please.
Illusion bends light around the target, rendering it invisible. This makes it undetected to all creatures, though the creatures can attempt to find the target, making it hidden to them instead. If the target uses a hostile action, the spell ends after that action is completed.
Sweet. Roger, roger.
So I'll mark that off.
Okay, is that the end of your go?
That's the end of my go. That's all my actions.
Oberzoya, this large monstrosity bigger than you, begins pulling its way across the ship.
So I'm going to start revving up my machine gun. But I'm going to see on this because it's a machine gun. Is that 20 rounds in one mag, do you think?
Magazine size is 20 and the expended bullet size is 1, yeah.
One per shot.
One per strike.
Yeah.
Oh, it's only, okay,
Yep.
right. So it's,
It will say usage,
but
two
one
usage.
But one round will do 2d8 damage.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Big gun.
Yeah.
Big fucking gun.
Big bullet.
This is like a bolter rifle from 40k.
So you've basically, I mean, if you did 3 strikes around,
Do that again.
you've got 6 rounds before you have to reload.
Yes. So I'm going to stand there. He's in range because it's only 40 feet. So let's give this a... Oh no, that's an 18 to hit.
Whap whap.
Okay.
So you just like, and maybe it's because you're in 0G and you're normally used to this, but like the bloom turns and like almost like it's got sea legs now. It just goes the other way with it, and this round just goes off into the distance.
He has a special ability on the gun called automatic, which I think is a barrage fire,
Oh really?
and it's a reflex
There
save
is
DC
auto.
21.
Oh.
There is auto
But
fire.
I don't. I might. It may not be in here. We might have to look it up in
Okay. What's it called?
automatics. That's weapon trait.
Okay, we're back in the Starfinder core rulebook for the playtest. Weapon traits, baby. Everybody scramble for the information.
It's not on the character sheet that I can see.
Have you got the weapon
It
description?
says... No,
So what weapon have you got?
it's a machine gun.
Right. So if you read there,
Oh, it is.
yeah, that's it.
It is in there. Sorry, Peso.
Thanks, Dad.
So
Automatic. In addition to a normal strike, you can fire this weapon using an auto fire action. Auto fire is 2 actions. You hit each creature in a cone within a range equal to half the weapon's range increment without making an attack roll.
Yep.
Any creatures in your turn take damage equal to the weapon's damage. Basic reflex save against your DC class. This damage is area damage. Creatures
Okay.
that critically fail this save are subject to effects that occur on a critical hit.
The area damage is actually attached to the flamethrower over there.
Yep.
But yeah, so if you want to say take that back, move forwards into the increment, and then just be like, so 1 action to move, and then 1 action like and go auto. I would happily retake that back and let's retcon that because that's fucking badass.
Let's do it.
Okay, so I need to make a reflex save, yeah?
yeah, DC is 21. So you got to be within 20 feet, haven't you?
What do you think this thing's reflex
Yes.
save is?
Probably like plus 18.
Probably high.
-10.
That would be good.
15 on the dice,
Yep.
plus 14 for 29.
So it's not a crit pass. So it's still taking damage.
Still taking still half damage.
Yeah.
Half damage.
Not its best save.
Doesn't surprise me. Yep.
Half damage on 2d8. 8, 9, 10, 11.
Half to 5.
Yeah.
What type of damage is this, please?
Piercing damage.
Okay, let's just double check some resistances.
So that's the first attack. But you used 2
so-
actions.
two
on that
actions.
one.
So
Yeah.
you
So
moved.
on my-
No, you moved. You had to move in 20 feet.
Oh yeah, okay. Right, so save it for next round. But I basically have 19 bullets left.
Yes.
You see that's piercing
There's only-
damage?
There's only
Yes.
one creature.
It is resistant to
Oh,
piercing
ah.
damage. Resistance 5. So it like goes through and you just watch like plant matter just begin to close up over these wounds.
Okay.
God damn.
We're
Yeah.
gonna need an A plan, guys.
Gonna need a bigger gun.
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
Anything else? That would be the end of Oberzois and Isef.
Right.
Or Isef, however you prefer to be called. John.
Right, so I'm going to aim and then take a sure strike. So aim gives me the bonus damage,
Yeah.
which, okay. And then sure strike is what I would have assumed an aim was. I get to roll basically advantage on the attack.
So I imagine aim to be like looking for like those critical
Yeah.
spots, whereas sure strike is like you're fucking definitely hitting. So the fact that those two come together is amazing.
Yeah. And that is either a nat 1 or a 14, so I think I might just take the 14 there.
You sure you don't want to take that one?
Plus 16, so that is 30?
Sounds like it hits. Does a 30 hit? Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
A regular hit, not a critical hit.
Cool.
Because again, with this system, if you get 10 over the AC, critical. You don't just have to roll a nat 20.
2,
So if you're like level 5 and you're beating up some peasants,
Yeah.
you're like, PAH!
So that is 10 damage from the shot.
What type of damage is that, please?
Piercing.
Okay. You watch again, like the bullets hit, but it starts closing up. Not as much this time as it does take 5 damage.
And we get 3 actions per round, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to use my final action to take out an incendiary grenade.
Do they take a attack penalty to this? Or just because
No,
it's
it's the same thing.
perfect.
Sweet.
What a round. Just the regular incendiary grenade.
Yep.
And I need to do a reflex save.
I think DC was
15, wasn't it?
21.
Yeah.
20 was 21.
16 plus 14, that's a dirty 30. So half damage.
Half damage.
Oh, wicked Pepsi.
You need to roll.
The damage for you.
The incendiary
much?
grenade damage.
How much damage is that?
1d8.
1d8. Okay. Just a quick double check. I'm not sure if that was a 1 or a 7. It was a 7. So that would be half to 3.
Plus 5, because it has weakness to fire.
Nice.
So that's 5, 6, 7, 8 points of fire damage.
Nice.
And you see it like recoil from the fire, and then it's almost like eyeless head. It's just like plant matter over the top, but then there's like, and it's a humanoid mouth. You can see that where it's been consuming humanoids, it has grown these like slightly pointed human teeth and this jawline, and it's almost like it's got like a hood that comes into its own back skin underneath it. Anything else from Isef?
That was all 3 actions. I'm done.
Day, buddy. Show 'em how it's done.
So I'm going to grab the floating.
I would like
Flamethrower.
an acrobatics check.
Okay.
Just because, and all I'm going to say is don't roll a nat 1.
17 on.
You're fine. You can grab the flamethrower.
I grab the flamethrower.
If you want to hand him over the flamethrower stats.
And I will move forwards 30, so I think I can get to about there. Okay.
Yep.
That's it.
Right, so it's 2 actions. You hit each creature in the designated area with range equal to the weapon's range increment for a cone or a line. So this is 15 feet cone.
Definitely within that.
So yeah, I'm going to roll that.
I think it's a D10, I think it is.
D10 damage. Where's the saving throw?
It's not fire 5, it's fire 9.
Ooh.
So I should have taken more damage?
He has to take 4 more.
Nice.
Yeah.
For me,
Right.
it's
Any
21.
creatures in the area must succeed at a basic reflex save against your class DC plus the tracking value of the weapon.
Okay, so because it's obviously advanced, there should be like a little line on there. Has it got tracking on there?
I can't see. I have to read that.
I don't think it does.
No, I can't tell
No.
from the. It's got a load of digits, but there's no.
At the very end, it
table.
should have its traits. It's like unwieldy and
Unwieldy.
something
Yeah,
else.
it's kind of attack unwieldy, but then you got a whole series of numbers.
It's alright, I'll have a quick look in here because I had it for a reason. So the flamethrower is a. Is it a martial melee?
It won't be melee.
So it says 1,
No, it won't be melee.
10 fire,
Martial
15
range,
foot,
advanced
2,
range.
2, 8
It could be a special.
2, 1.
My class DC is 21.
21.
I don't think there's any tracking on it.
No,
so
so it would just be
it's just
straight up
21.
21, wouldn't it?
Flamethrower, there we go. Spark, tech, and unwieldy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a two-handed job.
So,
I will fire it, and the class DC is 21.
Smashes that with a 29, so it's not a crit.
Okay, so it does take damage.
Yes.
Right, so this does 1d10 damage.
It does indeed. Plus, actually, you got the advanced. It's not got anything else on it. Actually, I think it has it. It's just the
No,
advanced
I don't
petrol.
Yeah.
Just advanced.
No, that's fine.
D10.
That's 2 points of damage.
2 plus 9 from
11,
the.
halved 6.
Well, actually, you halve the first one, but you still add the fire.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
It's obviously
it's weak to
yeah,
it.
yeah. It's not going to do that. So it's
So that's 10.
10 points. So again, like this silent recon, you hear that stack through your mind. It's like a hissing cat, something you're very used to back on. Oh, what is the Patra world? It's in the Vesk system. They've recently just got their own freedom back, basically, from the Vesk. But it like recoils back, and again, fire from you and fire from you. If hateful alien xenomorph plant monsters could look pissed, it looked pissed. Anything else?
No, that was I moved and did that as 2 actions, so that's my 3 actions over.
Okay, cool. So, who's closest? You actually just hit it with fire first.
Yeah.
Could you just see if we can get that into melee? There you go. It just comes up to you, and it's just going to try and rip you from the ship and throw you into space.
Okay.
This is called a dislodge. Oh, so I need to make an attack against you first with its tail. 17 plus 17 for a 34, is that?
Yes.
That's a critical hit.
Hey, babe. Okay. 2d6 plus 7 is 12, 19, plus another 2d6. It's another 12 points.
Okay.
2 sixes. So that is 19
Plus 31 points damage.
31 points of damage, and that is going to be slashing damage as the tail slashes into you as it like wraps around, and it's like as it binds, there are like these thorny plant rose barbs that tear into your arm and your skin. It grabs you. It is then going to, with its second action, try and dislodge. So
Something happens first that
Yeah.
may change your next action. So as it hits me, as it grabs me, I will use my reaction to release that photon energy that surrounds me constantly, which is why I'm so bright and
Of
illuminated all of the time. So I will use Nimbus Surge, and he will take 1 point of fire damage.
you'll take
Plus
10
9.
points of fire damage.
Wow, fucking hell.
Dayman slaying this.
Hell yeah.
I would like to also use my reaction
Yeah?
to spot heal Day. So
Okay.
I get to transfer immediately from my vitality thingamajig up to a number of hit points twice my level plus 2. So I'm going to do
12.
max. So 12 hit points.
Thank you very much.
As you pull forth the photon mysteries of the universe. You in this moment pull from the void of punk goths, because that's pretty much what Chick Chick is like. I love the god as well. It's like it's all about self-pain and like I fucking love it. It's so good. It's so us. If a bug could have painted fingernails, this bug has painted fingernails, and yeah, you feel that surge, and you probably think it's your own healing power.
Oh, yeah.
There's nobody else helps you here. This is all your amazingness, because that is in Day's character. But this thing does not like the fact that you are dealing fire damage. So it is going to, if it has a medium or smaller creature grappled with its tail, effect sample 62 attempts an athletics check against the creature's fortitude DC.
Okay, so my fortitude DC would be 21.
21, okay. Athletics. Find that to make sure. It has athletics. It's plus 17 to this.
Okay, so you need to roll higher than a 4, basically.
Higher than 4. Let's see if I can roll it down the board.
Move me phone. That is an 8 by the looks of it, or 6. But either way, it's more than 4.
So,
It's an 18. That is 32.
so that is a critical success, yeah?
Critical success.
Critical success. On a critical success! Sample 16 knocks the creature prone and hurls them into space, moving them 20 feet away from Sample 62. This movement occurs even if the target is wearing mag boots, hanging onto the ladder, or secured to the hull. So, let's grab about 20 foot of... I mean, if you want to put yourself on top of that and just straight up, as you just see it just fucking yeet! Day is tumbling through space. So that's a move, that is a grab, and it's dislodged. That is all of it goes up. Chick Chick. Your bro's been hurt, man.
Yeah.
Yep, yes he has. I was just going to get moving. In terms of, like, I know in 1E you could just use your full action and go 4 times your base speed.
I don't know if you can do that in this one.
You can stride.
Right, so just
Cool.
move one action, right, okay.
Unless you have like a class feat or something. I've got a class feat that allows me to move twice and add 10 foot to my speed on each of those, so I can move 80.
But bearing in mind, you are in 0G and you are currently like pulling yourself across the hull at this point, unless you've got mag boots or you are tethered in some way.
Okay. I don't have mag boots.
No.
From what I know, I don't have mag
So,
boots.
do you have a fly speed at all?
I do have a fly speed of 20 foot.
Okay, so is that a magical fly speed or is that a...
It's my augmentation ultralight wings.
Okay, so if that's regular flight in 0G, I believe it's non-effective. It needs to be something like a jetpack or
That's fair.
magic.
I've got jetpack.
So I'll probably be slowed down trying to move then.
Yeah, you have to like pull yourself across. It is probably half your speed, basically climbing across the ship, unless you have a climb speed. Then you get your full speed. That is what I remember 1E being. So I'm going to go with that.
Alright. Okay. I think I'm going to cast something before I go.
Yeah.
So I'm going to cast motivating ringtone on Day. So whatever live streaming service you're using, it will start playing a cosmically composed personal theme song specific to you.
I have a portable amp. Would you allow me to crank it up to 11?
Hell yeah.
And then everybody else can hear my own theme tune.
Now, you are in space.
Yes, we are.
So, I will say that no, but what you could do is patch it into your comms
Patch it into
and
the
just be
comms.
like, output source, input gain going up. Just like, and what is your personal theme song?
So, because we cannot play it because we'll get banned. Okay, if everybody who's watching this can turn to their smart speaker of choice and ask them to play the intro music to Sabotage by the Beastie Boys, that would be perfect.
Yeah, nice.
Alexa, play Sabotage by the Beastie Boys. Hopefully.
If that gets anyone, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Captain, that choice of music is interesting, but we do need to keep this channel open for communications.
Xbox off.
I think you'll hear Chick Chick on a.
Can't stand it. Fucking love the Beastie Boys so much.
We actually have a mystic group chat, apparently, for me, so we don't need to use the regular comms. It's like, we can just use this telepathic comms, you don't need to worry about the normal comms. Yeah, so you also get 12 hit points straight off.
Very much.
You are fucking powerful, Day.
You will also get a +5 foot status bonus to your speed,
Awesome.
and a +1 bonus to any fear effects for the duration.
Oh. Now, this is something that hasn't come into effect because you pretty much disabled the horn right at the fucking start of the mission. There are fear effects in place, and both the Final Moments, which is actually Desperate Final Moments is the name of the haunt, has fear effects in place, and I believe throughout it you then start gaining level 1 fear, level 2 fear, level 3 fear, which then in 2E means that you take -1, -2, -3 penalties to your checks basically throughout it. I like that system. I like it a lot. But you guys just fucking null and voided all of that out. Yep. Playtest, make it harder. Alexa, make it hard.
Okay.
Playing fart noise.
Yeah, okay. I'll use my one remaining action to then start moving in the direction of the gun.
Okay. Yeah, half speed,
Half
as you
speed.
pull yourself along.
5, 10, 15, 20. No, it'd be 15, wouldn't it?
Yeah. If you want to try and dislodge Isef, you can.
No, I think I will try not to do
Yeah,
that.
just shove me out of the way into space.
Obazoya, you see this thing takes it does not like fire. It then sees Day, fucking wraps it up and just yeet. You see they are now hurtling away from the ship. what would you like to do?
I'm watching Day as he goes off, and then I hear the music kick in and go, okay, he's fine.
I just see Star
So for flavour, what I'm going to do is, as we know that fire is going to work against this thing, I picked up 1 but 2 incendiary grenades, but I'm going to throw 1 at a time. So it's just...
Yep. Reflex saves, yeah.
Yep, reflex saves, straight into 21. You're gonna. I'm assuming you will pass these, but you still take half damage.
Well,
fire.
I could roll low, and also I've just put down that dice somewhere, and it go. Let's grab the other one. I saw it. I rolled it all the way down there, didn't I? You got it.
Yeah, it's there.
Roll it for me. Why don't you give it the reflex save? Yeah, I don't mind. That's an 18, so it passes that one.
That's a crit pass.
There's a critical pass, so 0 damage. As it just, you go to throw the grenade, it just pink, launches it off into the distance. It can be another save.
Oh yeah.
For the second one.
I'll do it. 8.
Ooh, plus 14, I believe that is.
22.
22, so that's just a regular save. Just.
At 6 points of damage.
Half to 3 plus 9 for a total of 12 points.
Fire.
So,
And the first grenade just missed entirely, didn't it?
yeah, it just, as it went out, it just like knocked it away, but as it does so, Obadiah like throws the second grenade as it's got its head turned, and it's just as it manages to come back, it knocks it away enough that it just catches it on the edge of a blast, but it still fires it, and then like sucks back into itself, and it's like, and then you see that bone face turn to you in this moment as this whopping huge creature looks very, very annoyed, disgruntled, but it's starting to look hurt. You see like burn marks and plant matter starting to burn away. Anything else?
No, that's good. I'm just going to stand there and give it a finger.
Is there intimidate on there?
Intimidation, yeah.
Yeah, give me an intimidate check. Minus 20.
So that's a 29.
29.
Come on.
Yeah, that's got to be something.
I just like the idea that it's now going to like focus in on you, and it just senses this like presence of like
slag. No.
and it senses that like, oh queen, nah. Okay, Isef.
Right, I am going to do the same as last time. Take an aim and a sure strike, and
Roll it up.
and that is 10 on both dice, so that is a 26 to hit.
Hits.
Dealing 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 piercing, so halving that to 5, I believe, and then
Yeah.
yep.
Okay.
And then this bit here on the map is on a different level. Is that?
No, it'd actually all be relatively the same.
Alright, fair play.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I was just thinking to move to some form of cover, but
I think out in the open here, it's
yeah.
pretty coverless.
Taking a second shot, I'll take a penalty to that, won't I?
-4, I believe.
All right, cool.
-5.
No, -5 for melee, but apparently it's -4 for dex base,
gotcha, yes,
according to
of course,
Pathfinder
yeah.
2e rules. As per the rules lawyer, Steve McQueen over there,
I should have saved my sure strike for the
I
second
was
shot.
reading something.
-4 for dex-based attacks for a second attack.
Correct.
Yeah.
I listen.
That is just plus 12 on this one then.
Come on, crit it.
18, 20, 30.
30. Hit, regular, not crit.
Yeah. It's 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, so 7 damage.
And this thing's like starting to like get knocked back by these shots, and like these piercing shots, they're still healing up at a rate, but they're like, you know, you guys are starting to pocket full of holes. Day, buddy, as you begin to through space.
Feeling calm and assured, I look over at the camera and I give it, and then I pull from wherever I stored it earlier, the auto grappler gun, and I slowly take aim at the creature.
Yes.
Yes.
And I fire, and the cable shoots out with a little whizzly thing like you see in the Batman movies. And hopefully it hits.
There's a sidekick behind it who's about to lose an eye.
Right,
Mr. Wayne!
So that is a 17, and on my ranged attacks I get plus 12. So that's a 29 to hit.
Hit, not a crit.
No. Okay. So it says that clamps deploy all the way along the indestructible rope that I may then climb towards.
Okay, so first of all, this is clearly going to be piercing damage.
Yes.
What's your pistol deal?
It deals 2d6.
So roll 2d6 for me.
Okay.
Let's deal like, this is like a harpoon hitting jaws at this point.
That's a 5 in total.
5, okay. So it goes through and it just starts to heal around it, but those clamps start to go up and it's like tethered into this creature as it's healed around. It's not injured by it, but it is now essentially grappled by you in a sense that you can pull yourself along the auto grappler to the creature.
Right, so that one action to get it out, one action to fire.
Yeah.
I'm going to attempt another shot. I'm going to aim it, so still holding the grappler in this hand, out at 20 feet away, I'm going to aim my finger like that and take a solar shot.
Yes!
Straight at it.
God, I love this class ability. Just like, it's so fucking day to be like those finger guns which just trigger.
Right, I rolled a 5, so I'm going to give you that cred slip and have another go.
Good.
Come on, crit it.
It's a 3.
Total? You get to take the highest of those if you so want.
I'll take the 5, it's a 19 to hit. Sorry, no, it's not, it's a 17 to hit. 17 to hit.
Miss. I think because like it goes in and it sees you give the finger gun, and like how's it look? Like what's the solar manifestation of this like finger gun? Because obviously like when you first came in, you were giving it the finger guns, which I imagine is like Dave's like specialty, like Jubilee.
Yeah, it
from
was exactly
X-Men.
like it was.
Yeah.
As I was flying across, it was like Jubilee, and there's a fireworks going off and stuff like that. But when I do the solar shot, there is this just wave of light that starts around the shoulder, and we'll say for argument's sake, it's in the robot. It starts underneath that shield I've got on the shoulder, and it travels down into this pinpoint of ultra bright white light that.
Come
So like the plasma lances you see coming down from space, you have that very thin beam first in Akira. So you have that very thin beam first, and then all of a sudden there's this 5 foot wide beam of light just lances forwards.
I mean, the description alone is worth another credit. You're not getting on this shot, but I fucking love it. Just the idea that like, this like of light, but it just like it sees it coming. It knows you've got fire abilities. It is watching you carefully, and it just again, it actually makes the ship turn. So the tether basically like pulls you along, which causes this beam of light to just go through space, nearly hitting the overhaul. But at the top of the round, it does not like that. It's looking hurt. You are attached to it. It's going to manipulate and pull you 20 feet towards it. And with its 6 arms, it is just like, my turn. And yeah, it just, 2 of them like that. And as you get in closer, it is going to attempt to bite you with its jaws.
Okay.
8 plus 17 is going to be a 25?
25 hits, but it's not a critical.
Okay, so you're going to take 2d8 plus 7. So, it's a bad roll. You're going to take 6 plus 7, which is going to be 13 points of piercing. Could you tell me? What characteristics does Day have in terms of like one of the following abilities? Any precise sense? Any resistance to a type of damage, any speed up that you've got, any languages, any fast healing, for example,
I don't have any
adaptions.
fast healing. Languages is Common, Patra, and Vesk. I have Dark Vision, and I have Defenses and Environmental Protection. Note says successful fortune or will versus mental or incapacitation can swap attunement, and then I get +1 saves against blind or dazzle due to my sunshades.
So that's a tech thing. But you've got nothing like fire resistance there, right?
No.
Damn it. It learns Patra.
Okay.
There's nothing else it can really take from you, but it has adaption as it is able to.
Sorry, I do have catfall. So if it was to fall over and take full damage, it would reduce the damage. It would reduce the height of the fall by 10 feet.
It takes catfall.
Okay.
As it can just adapt to the things that it bites into. That, however,
Was that a manipulate action to pull him towards it, by the way?
yes.
In that case, I'm going to hair trigger, fire off a shot.
Yes!
And
Hell
as
yeah.
it bites me, I'm going to use my reaction and do Nimbus Surge again.
Okay, first of all, Luke, you're getting a credit stick for calling in the
Thank you.
reaction for manipulate, because it would be to manipulate to pull him in. Your reaction is going to be to take the shot. Your reaction is going to be to.
To use Nimbus Surge again. So again, because I'm still attuned to solar, as soon as it bites down on me, I explode with this bright white light, and it takes 10 points of fire damage.
Okay. Ow.
So it was 28 to hit on the pistol shot.
28?
Yep.
Hit, not a crit.
Dealing 6 damage before halving. So 3.
And then it's resistance on top of that again. It takes the shot, but it's just it goes through and then it heals up really fast.
Fair enough.
Why are you halving it?
Because of resistance.
No, so resistance is different in D&D. It's got resistance 5, so it just takes 5 damage off
Alright,
it.
fair enough. In that case, yeah, 1 damage. Then.
1 damage, okay, cool. Maybe a small pothole left as it's still slowly healing up. Like a time lapse of a blister healing. Or an anus closing.
Either or. Good one, mate.
Why would that be a time lapse? Who's time lapsing that? New niche.
There's someone out there, I'm sure.
Okay. Manipulate, bite. Adaption is a free thing that it gets when it hits with a bite. It fucking hated that fire though. Let's grab you with its claws as you're in its mouth. It's going to try and just rake you down from its mouth and sunder you into the ship.
Okay.
11 plus 17 is 28 to hit.
It's a hit, but
Not a crit. That is going to be, and this is more of a claw attack, but I'm flavouring it otherwise. It's going to be 2d6 plus 7.
So what? It was a 28, you said, yeah?
Yeah.
Because that'd be reduced to a 23, wouldn't it?
Yes.
But it's still a hit.
Yeah.
You hit me by 1.
11 plus 7, that is going to be 18 points of slashing damage. And
still up.
it's looking hurt, guys. Like there's more like tears to the plant matter now, and you can like feel like it's getting more irrational and like it is just getting angrier and angrier, and it's starting to like really get desperate, and like you feel the ship jostling around. Well, you see it jostling around, you don't really feel it in 0G. But next up, Chick.
Oh, okay. I think I just need to get moving. I think at this point, I don't think I've got anything that can help me move any more than I can.
Yeah, just take off the flight stand and we'll go from there.
Yeah, I think I am going to use all 3 actions just to book it as far as I can towards the gun.
Speed of 25?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So
It will be halved, wouldn't it?
oh yeah, so 75, hang on, wait, 50, 75, half to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. About there. The rest of you see it's starting to turn and look towards Chuk Chuk as he makes it past.
Even though I'm invisible.
Ooh. I forgot you're invisible.
Yes.
Doesn't turn. There is no sense on it, I believe. Next up, then, is going to be Obazea.
Knowing my machine gun is pretty much worthless against it, I shift the weight. So I've got a shoulder strap. I shift the weight, whoosh, and I pull out my dushka.
Yeah!
Oh yeah.
Yeah!
And I will step forward. And this thing is still piercing damage, but fuck it. If I can chop bits off, I will.
Let's not forget that was the fucking image on the front cover of Core
Yes.
1 was that
Oh yeah.
flame Doshka. And I imagine it's a flame Doshka, right?
It doesn't. It's not specific.
Oh, what's the damage deal, please?
It's a 1d12.
Yeah, it's got a damage type letter next to it. What does it say? Is it
Pity.
P. Okay, 1d12P. So it's a regular Doshka, not a
Yeah.
flame Doshka.
Yeah. So again, it doesn't. I've got no flame. I know piercing doesn't work. I'm trying to cut bits off. So we're gonna go for. So, am I within range? I keep thinking I'm fighting the model, but I'm not. I'm fighting the image.
You are actually, the model base, however, is the right size. I have made
Yeah.
sure of that. So you will need to get closer unless you've got
Alright.
10-foot reach. So one,
I don't think it has a 10-foot reach.
no. It would say reach and then 10 foot
Yeah.
on it. So one action to move forwards.
Yep. So, first attack. That is a 23 to hit.
Just misses.
Ah.
Wee.
I'll try again.
Okay, you
I'm
take a
gonna-
-5 to this for being a strength-based attack.
That's
Same
the
again.
again.
It's just, it knows you're a threat, and it is just like, almost like, there is part of it that's fencing with you, and it's like watching your steps, and it is like, and you are like a practiced tactician, a practiced battle warrior, and it is just like matching your steps, and it must be frustrating. Yeah.
Can I use one of them to re-roll?
Oh, I will say yes in this instance. Normally,
Yeah.
I'm usually like, no, you know the result, you're not having the reroll. But I will in this instance, because it's a one-shot, be kind to our guests.
No! It's a 2.
Yeah.
Oh,
But I tried. It's right.
Yeah, yeah.
What a waste.
What's over?
Can I use another one?
Have you got another one?
No. Well, I have, but I'm not using it.
Sure.
I'll wait till next one.
Yeah.
Isef.
Right. So I am going to aim and fire. Wait. Aim. Sure strike. Yes. 13 or an 8, so it's 13, 20, 29.
Hits, not crit.
Five,
Who's got the flamethrower at the moment?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 damage.
16 damage. We take off 5. It still takes.
11 damage.
And then I'm not sure what square I was meant.
What type of damage is this?
Piercing.
Okay, so carry on with your turn.
Yep. And I move 5, 10, 15, and while I'm running, I just reload my pistol.
Okay. Day, you are the closest to its face. This shot hits that bone and just shatters part of its jaw and this mandible.
Oh, nice.
This thing looks badly hurt now, and it is starting to just like lash out in rage. Day.
I reach down to my belt and I pull out my battle ribbon and I go down in this sort of crouching manoeuvre and float it out behind me, and it's there in 0G, waving around like one of the inflatable guys waving arms.
What, you waving the table to your man?
And then I flick it forwards, taking a strike at that damaged mandible that I just saw. Come on. That's a nat 1.
Okay.
There's my crit stick.
Yeah, buddy!
Come on.
Roll that DPI dice.
I will actually, yes. There we go.
Oh, do
there
you,
it is.
Do you want the
That
campaign
one.
dice or do you want
No,
the one I
I'm
gave you?
gonna,
You're doing that one,
gonna
yeah?
use the one that you gave me.
Good.
It's a 5.
Okay.
Plus.
14 is 19 to hit. That's a
Any of the
miss.
critics so anybody want to spend?
Yeah, can I get it and re-roll?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I'll spend it on a feather badger.
Thematically, I think that... Not on you fuckers.
Yeah.
Do you want to roll it?
No.
You sure?
No,
Your attack, buddy.
It's a 19.
Oh,
That's a 19. That's 33.
Christic,
Yeah.
well spent.
Hits, not a crit.
That's okay. That's
AC
okay.
24.
One more.
Okay. So. That's what it does. This is 4, 10, 14 points of fire damage.
Is that including the weakness 9?
No, so that's 23 points of fire damage.
You've currently dealt 81 hit point damage to it. It has hit point 90. How do you kill
Yeah.
sample 62?
Very
I
nice.
pull myself up, so it's a combined leap and pull myself up on my battle ribbon, and I shove the flamethrower straight into that damaged jaw, and pull the trigger as I look into the camera and say, "Specimen 62, you have been deleted."
Flame gouts from the flamethrower. The battle ribbon, almost like tearing its head off as it tightens like a noose and like a snare around its neck. And this head, and like ichor just begins to pull out and freeze. And the embers go out real quick. But those little solar flares that Day leaves behind mix with the embers of the flamethrower as it rescinds, and the rest of sample 62 just lolls and slowly moves and begins to float away from the verdant paradise. And you see like the flame just taking the rest of its body.
You mean from the bloom, right?
Yeah? That's what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
Give me back a crest stick, you didn't know. Questioning it. But you still have a job to do. You have to stop any of Sample 62's potential brood or collision course from the bloom to the verdant paradise. You still have to sunder this ship.
So is the body completely destroyed, or is it floating away?
It is starting to float away.
Right, so it's still grappled with the gun. So can I secure it to the ladder or the tree or something?
Very easy to do. I'm not even going to have you make a roll. But you begin to work your way to the guns. You get up there and begin to like place the radioactive core of this drift engine upon the weapon systems. Could you give me either an Arcana, a Crafting, Computers, Nature, Thievery check, please, to successfully...
Can I go up there with him and attempt to assist?
You
with,
absolutely can. Pick one of those skills, and then DC 15, roll it up. Basically, you are looking to tie this into the weapon system, so when it fires, it creates a catastrophic explosion.
Toolkit was... Oh, you can use a repair toolkit to repair items. This wouldn't count for this, would it?
No.
Yeah, that's fair.
You said nature was one of them, yeah?
Yeah. Because it is a natural ship.
19, you get your bonus.
So it's a regular bonus, it's a +2, I believe.
Okay, that's 23.
Yeah. You manage to link all the radioactive material to the main gun of this ship. And there are 4 guns and like other bits you could add, but you think that with this one and this main cannon that you have, yeah, you're ready to go. And you maybe come in to layer at the controls, and you know that your ship is in this perfect trajectory with it, and you can very easily make a spacewalk back away from the bloom. And in this moment, before you go back to your ship, is there anything you do?
Captain, not Day. We are ready. Please give us a few seconds to depart.
Thank you. You have done what I could not. Please send my final message to the verdant paradise, and please, you have my gratitude, my thanks, and hopefully now I can rest easy. Thank you, heroes.
So we have that final message.
Yes, you downloaded it. Yeah.
All I remember is picking up the laser rifle and then completely forget about the laser rifle when we was in combat. Because that probably does fire damage.
Just get the rifle. I love the idea that you two are like, do you get the message? yeah. But yeah, I imagine you guys push off from the ship and allow yourselves to move back towards the overhaul. You get back inside your own ship and you disengage the autopilot and take back over computer science bodyguard guy and begin to pilot away. And as you begin to send out this final message to the verdant paradise, you watch that gun charge up and just explode as the rest of the ship is engulfed in this bright white flash that completely obfuscates your entire view for a moment, like a nuke off in the distance. And then just as it clears, you just see like debris and fireball beginning to like close in on itself. You send off this message, you dispatched Captain Imaza's final message to the Verdant Paradise, and you were invited by them. They reach out to you to come and explain the situation in more detail and to how Starfinders ended up aiding the Xenowardens in this moment. You would all be awarded 1,000 credits each from the Xenowardens on the Verdant Paradise. And in this moment, you get the sense that 1,000 credits for your trouble is also for your silence. Nothing that any information on Sample 62 and its planet of Orange could spark corporate or public interest, and is best kept confidential, the Xenowardens think. They thank you for saving the Pack Worlds from an incredibly dangerous creature, knowing that you are heroes, even if no one in the Pack Worlds will ever know about it. And with that, you've completed It Came from the Vast.
Beautiful.
And of course, the moment we get back to the Pathfinders Guild, I'm just going to report everything that happened.
Straight to the Starfinders, like, fucking these guys.
Yeah, I mean,
Historia 8's like, thank you.
just because they paid me for my silence doesn't mean I'm going to be silent. I didn't ask for money.
But no, that is the whole adventure.
It
was
good. That was
That was really cool.
Yeah, I really liked it, and I like that I never know what players are going to do. And obviously, like, you guys haven't read it, you haven't seen it. I gave you the character sheets the other day and was like, pick. And that was it. And what I really like in terms of writing is that they do give you everything that you need as you go through. And I like that because for one, it's like, there is a flamethrower. And you guys called it straight away. You were like, should we not have a flamethrower? It's like, because you could completely not search that engine, that area. You could have just come like through towards the bridge, like, oh, we need to get to the bridge. Because I know that our Wani part would have been like, if we get to the bridge, we can probably get all of the information. It would have been like beeline straight there, straight into the horn. But then you did that, and it literally says it's an occultism check. And I was like, maybe I can let you guys know. I was trying to give you that, like, it's an occultism, it's a horn. And you're like, diplomacy check. Boom, smashed it. And like with the right RP, and it's like, so Desperate Final Moments is a Hazard 5, unique complex horn, stealth +8. This thing basically is an invisible threat that continues to attack you and like give you visions of what happened in those final moments. And you disable the horn with a DC 24 diplomacy to calm Captain Imaz, or a DC 20 occultism or religion check if you're trained to weaken the horn, and then followed by like DC 22 society checks to ground Captain Imaz in the present moment. 2 total successes are required to disable the horn. So you had that 20, and I was like, all right, give me another diplomacy check. Or else, and if you'd have failed that, I'd have been like, okay, cool, the horn's going to come back and you have to go to the bridge and fight the whole thing. Fucking nailed it. I was like, that's that gone. And then because of that, like, the bloom itself is in control by Specimen 62, so your entire trip out there, like, it's trying to like throw you from the ship. It's just like, but again, it's like, she's like, nah, I'm sort of regaining some control here. I'm like, all right, nailed it. But how did you guys find, obviously you've played Pathfinder 2e, Steve, a bit more than anybody else here, so you're used to those rules. Jack, you're obviously used to 1E and the action economy of standard action, movement action, bonus action, rather than the 3-action economy. And Luke, you've rarely played any Starfinder, like 1 or 2 sessions.
Yeah, I've never played Starfinder.
Yeah.
Played Pathfinder 1E years ago, and I do remember that being hella more complicated than this. So, yeah.
So how do you guys find? I mean, because obviously this is a playtest, and we're probably not going to sit here and dissolve the whole thing and go through it. But how did you find that?
Yeah, it's really
I
good.
think it's just way more fluid.
Yeah. No, I like
It
the
is.
3 actions thing.
I love
3 actions just
Yeah.
switches the whole thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I think I find in 1E that if you're not really up on the rules, it can take a little while to take a turn. You're like, and you've got resolve points as well. We can get another move action or do this thing and that, which I can notice there isn't any resolve actions in here. So it's very just, you've got 3 actions. Here you go, this one's cost 2, that one costs 1, blah, blah, blah. And that's it. And I was like those combat rounds went pretty quick. And not too quick that it just felt meaningless. It felt like they still were meaningful, but it kept the fluidity going. I think it's good. It's good.
Excited about 2E?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Same. And like, it makes me want to jump into Pathfinder. It makes me, because this is now compatible with Pathfinder. I mean, like, we literally have the GM core and the player core at the table, because that's the rule systems needed. And then everything else. And when I believe they said that when the actual core rulebook comes out, you won't need those. It'll everything be in this one as well. But
Isn't Galarian returning to the Starfinder universe as well?
we don't know. And but I don't personally know. It might be doing. I'd be amazed if they got rid of Absalom Station, because obviously Absalom's a big city on Galarion.
Yeah.
Unless they're going to raise that up like a Sky City, I'm not too sure. Whether they clear the gap, who knows? I really want to get the book on the gap. I think it's great. Just a 300-page blank book. I think it's fucking awesome. What I really love is something that I wrote into the campaign based off a very small section of writing in this book that is about, some people believe Octurne is an egg. And I played on that heavily. I was like, I even had it like cracking in that vision and stuff like that, and I've had it in there since the start of it. They came out with the first PDF, it's called A Cosmic Birthday. It's literally about Octurne hatching a god.
Nice.
I was like, so that planet is gone. Like, it is fucking, it's out of there. So I like the lore changes. The Patra are now like small cat race people, so I like that cutesiness. It hits that kind of like thing to it, and I'm liking the lore changes that they've done. I'm looking forward to seeing like the wizard class and the mage, you know, all of those coming to Starfinder, and the idea that you could be on Pathfinder on Galarion and then just being like, that's a fucking spaceship. The fuck? Why have they got a nuke? Sure, they've got to do something. I also really like something that I noticed within, and I know this is just the playtest rulebook, which I've got to say thank you to Dragon School Studios, who stood in line at Gen Con over in America to get this for me and send it over. So big thank you to Craig, who is a dear friend of mine, and we couldn't have done this without him. We could have done with the PDF, but like I like having the physical book here, so I can be like, when we go into the things. I think you can scale weapons.
What, like upgrade them as you go or something? Oh, right,
So,
okay.
So in Pathfinder you get things like striking runes, and striking rune would so if your weapon does d6 damage, it makes it do 2d6.
Okay, yeah.
So if they're doing if they're pulling across those rules, that would be good.
Nice.
So weapon improvements down here at the bottom of the thing.
Oh, yeah.
So the weapon improvements are commercial, tactical, advanced, superior, elite, ultimate, and paragon. First of all, the word paragon, love it. They have levels to them, just like anything in Pathfinder and Starfinder, like in terms of weapons. So you guys came across a lot of tactical stuff. And advanced. So advanced laser rifle, you take the laser rifle as standard, which is why I couldn't find it because I was looking for the word advanced. Which is a... Come on, where are you? Where is laser rifle? Shiranai rifle, L rifle, come on. Okay, well, I already can't find it.
Is it still split into like long arms and stuff?
No. So now, simple melee, martial melee, advanced melee, simple ranged, martial ranged.
Okay.
So we're looking at like...
Really sort of grouping it all up a little bit. and not having like a whole list of simple tactical pistol, advanced tactical pistol, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
It's
and then
just-
you gain the improvement. So let's say you take tactical, and I can't find the laser rifle right now. Upgrades is a 0, but you get dice damage. It says 1, but when you get up to advanced, dice damage 2, all the way up to elite 3, and then paragon 4. So you're like upping the amount of dice you're rolling on it, which I really really like. Plus upgrades, you can add a certain amount of upgrades. So starting with advanced it's +1, then when you get to elite it's +2, and when you get to paragon it's +3. So you can start like really kitting out your weapons and stuff, and it adds value to your weapons. It does cost a bit, but you know, by that point,
So
you
it's
just earn
buying new
1,000
guns.
credits each.
Yeah.
That's easily an advanced upgrade. I'm just saying. So I like that because that's something that 1E didn't have. It just had like Corona Pistol 1, advanced Corona Pistol, and like you would have to wait till like, I mean, you've got the plasma rifle.
Plasma bolter, yeah.
Yeah, no, the
Oh, the one I picked up.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a level 5 red star plasma. That's a level 5
Yes.
or a level 7 weapon.
Yeah.
But it only deals like 1d10.
Yes.
Your damage output in 1A, from what I remember playing it, is very low. And you have to rely
It's
heavily
strange.
on
Until you-
strategy.
Yeah,
If you get higher levels, it just starts going. Woof.
yeah,
You start
it's-
doing like 5d12 and stuff like that. It's like Jesus Christ.
yeah, it's absolutely wild. It's insane. But then like you have to look at like ship combat against that as well, and it's just like
Because you can't heighten your spells in 1A either.
no.
So
You can only have a
the heightened
downcast.
spell thing, just for me, that's another excellent
Yeah.
rule.
And actually, that's something that
there's
we
10 ranks of spells
yes,
according to the sheet.
because 1E only had 6.
Yeah.
Because they tried to simplify spells, and 1E spells are fucking powerful. Like when you get like mystics, so Tamsin is currently now rocking 2nd level spells. At 6th level, you get 3rd level. Same with like Technoblast. That's where you end up with Technoblast, which is Fireball and stuff like that. So level 6 is the real spell hitter, but level 5 is where you start getting like fucking decent stat increases and stuff like that. Whereas this one, heightened spell at level 5, fuck me, it's insane. But because those 10 levels of spells are back, like the 10 circles of magic, it's just like
So I didn't do it, but I could do Supernova, which is a 2-action
because you don't need to attune, do you? You can just straight up do it.
Because I'm always attuned to solar. And what Supernova does is it bursts all of the solar out of you, or all the photon out of you, so you go to graviton. But it's heightened level +1. So I would interpret that as, because I'm 5th level and cast a 3rd level spell effectively, that would be 3 times the damage. So that'd be 3d8 damage
Yep.
and fire damage. And it's a range thing. It's a fortitude save. It's effectively
A blast.
my version of Fireball.
Yeah. But which is insane, because when we look
Yeah.
at the Solarian in 1E, obviously you have to you go into battle and you begin to attune. It takes 3 rounds, unless with Starfinder Enhanced, when that came out, which is what Alex is using for Roos, he can go into combat and then he starts to attune, and then he can do battle meditation, which if he passes, he gets an extra attunement point so that he can be attuned in the 2nd round, because most combat's over by the 3rd round. So all the Solarians are like, cool, didn't get to use my super cool ability. But this one's just like, go into battle, boom.
Yeah, as a free action, you can attune during when you roll initiative.
Yeah, and you just automatically attune. You can blast out that power, but it means that you have to go to the other attunement. And it's about keeping that balance and not the force. And I really like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For you, Dave, playing not Kingsman,
I know, Oboe.
Oboe Kingsman. How did you find coming to Starfinder from obviously like a massive D&D background, a little bit of 1E with, I think you guys played the core box when it first came out.
We played Beginner's Box, and
Yeah.
we also played the first volume of Fly Free or Die.
No, that's a very good one. What did you play in Fly Free or Die? What class?
I remember I was the pilot. Was I human in that one? And then I became android.
You was human, you started human, you became an android.
Yeah. Because I died in the. So at the end of the session 0, the ship got impaled, and I was the pilot. And that was the same time that film came out, where the pilot was using his feet to like pedal to the metal.
Yeah.
And he was steering. And so I was using that with barefoot, and I was an American cowboy, so I was literally a space cowboy, doing all the yeehaw. But we crashed the ship, and I got impaled. And during the wreckage and the sparks, the med bot came out,
patch up as best as
as I was
possible.
putting it back together, my consciousness transported into that body. and
That's
that body.
cool. So I assume that was operative then if you had high in piloting.
I
Or
can't
engineering.
remember what it was.
I think it was operative. Yeah.
Yeah, usually with one
So then-
it's like
but then
that's
it-
the that's the class
Then
of
it changed
pilot.
to medic, and for 1 or 2 episodes I was a medic,
Mm,
and then the consciousness started to bleed through and take over.
that's cool.
So then I was doing stuff like tip the hat that what wasn't there, and then getting the syringe. Like I've got the syringe.
That's cool.
And if you ever tried to
realise
spin a
what's going on.
syringe,
Yeah. I can spin it. I can spin it.
It was one of the old style ones with a metal hoops on it.
just liquid going everywhere. But like, did you how on it were you guys with the rules for 1E back then? Were you just like keeping it loose, like and flying free, or were you like no, actually now we're looking at like the EAC, the KAC, because that's something we didn't come across in this one.
So we were looser with the rules because there is the whole EAC, KAC thing. I think most of the time we was kinetic weapons.
Yeah.
And so the biggest thing is having like 2 separate hit point scores, having hit points and stamina points.
Yeah.
But in effect, they're the same thing. You just have different ways of recovering them.
Yeah. So I think for me, I like that we're going back to just hit points because it does make it simpler. But I will say that I do like the stamina hit point thing because there's being winded and being out of breath. It's like you don't have to be like, oh, you get cut again and again and again. It's like you get knocked, the wind knocks out, you lose 10 hit point, 10 stamina point damage, and you get that back on a short rest. You're like, yeah, okay, but your big fucking gunshot wound that took you into those hit points, you're like, you've got a long rest for several days. And I like the realism of that, but from a gameplay point of view, that's not as fun. Because if you're pressed for time, and like Dragonlance, where you're like, fuck, we've got to keep going, Curse of Strahd, where you've just got to keep going. If you don't have that chance to heal up, like if I put you guys in a dangerous situation in 1E, and you can continuously get stamina points back, but you cannot get hit points back, you could very easily die. So I quite like that we're back to just one pool of hit points.
Yeah.
And I think coming into the game, particularly if you came from D&D as well, that's a massive learning curve. Because the strategy of combat is far more important than the actual combat. Because you don't deal much damage, and it takes forever to heal. So if you're if you're breaking into the tower to try and steal the ship, like at the end of Fly Free or Die, and there's 2 or 3 encounters, it's really hard to survive.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And this is where, like, we were saying earlier, like, I love a game mechanic and I love learning them, and I know that you like that, and I know that James likes that. And so for us, it's like, oh, right, how can we tactically play? But that's hard for a lot of players to go, especially from 5e, where you have everybody, and I mean this in the nicest way, everybody can do anything in 5e. It's like, for me, it's now the easiest thing to become whatever you want. And that's great. And the thing I liked about 1E that I think they've kept with this is that your class matters to team cohesion. Granted, you didn't have your envoy in this one. You didn't have the Witch Warper, which is another magic class. So Navasi and I've forgotten the Witch Warper's name because they're new to this one here. They're over there actually on the very top of my resin stands and stuff. They are obviously, like, there's this cohesion, you can have up to 6 players in these ones, but you guys still had, you had a mystic who had both offensive and healing capabilities. You had a engineering-based construct that was able to do both piloting and dex and ranged-based things. You had the charisma based, energy dealing champion of Solarion, and then you had the soldier who is like, right, you need something beaten up, I'm your guy. And it still came together that you couldn't do certain things. Like, you were like, nope, I can't do that, so I can't aid in it. And you were like, no, I can't do that, so I can't aid in it. Well, actually, other times you're like, this is my job. And I quite like that they've still got that. And I think that, for me, is a Paizo thing that hasn't been taken away by the need to be able to give everybody everything. And I'll always love D&D. It's a gateway drug to many. But I think, for me, this shows that, like, as we move into the playtest of 2E and we look at Pathfinder 2E, that you can really hone in on your character and really be an essential part of a team in your own special way. And I really like that. But we'll do the next playtest and prove me wrong. You know, we've got, you know, the Zoe one's just been announced. I'm looking forward to doing that. But I want to say thanks to Jack, who's always here with me doing stuff. Luke, who came in having never really ever played Starfinder before and having played 1E. To Dave and Steve, who are down from London, from miles and miles away. Thank you so much. Where can people find you?
YouTube.com/bandofbadgers for all your role-playing badgery needs.
Perhaps like doggies pushing the button.
Yeah. Not here, buddy. Not here. We may throw things up in post, but we probably won't. We'll put it into the descriptions and that'll be absolutely fine. As for everybody else, I hope that if you are watching this on YouTube and you're not here on Twitch with us right now, go sub up on Twitch. You can use your Amazon Prime sub there, and we will be doing more 2E playtests. When we get to campaign 2 of Starfinder, it will be 2E. We will be. There's no way I'm not playing 2E.
Yeah.
It's, I think, with the Threat Economy.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
And hell, catch up on the podcast so far for 1E that we've been doing. We'll carry on the story into 2E, but, you know, we'll see what happens, especially with the hatching of Octurne and stuff, which, meta-wise, you don't know about.
Nope.
Otherwise, thank you so much. Hit that like, subscribe. Come follow us along for more things, and may those dice gods be ever in your favour. Thank you so much to everybody. Thank you to my friends. We'll see you all at some point in the future.
Thank you. See you later.
Thank you for playing.